You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Wendy's.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Week 4 of Friday Night Rivals. Certainly glad you have decided to spend the next few hours with us tonight, live from Pace, Florida. It's going to be the traveling Niceville Eagles against the home team, the Pace Patriots. I am Christian Garman, alongside Jeff Price again. Jeff, we missed you last week. Glad to have you back.
Glad to be back, and we're in Patriot country. This is a beautiful place here, and I expect a pretty good ball game as well.
Should be a good game. First time I've ever been here, at least as a broadcaster, and certainly, as you say, it really is very pretty. It's a nice night. Thankfully, at this particular moment in time, the rain isn't coming down, though certainly we may see some of that. Let's talk about these two teams, and we'll start with Pace, the home team. They're 1-1. Niceville's undefeated. We'll get to Niceville. Pace last year had a fairly unexpected deep run into the playoffs, but now 1-1 this season.
Yeah, they had a tough week 1 against Choctaw, losing at home here. They rebounded last week, though, against PHS, putting up 38 points. I tell you what, it's going to be interesting, and Pace always seems to win a game they're not supposed to, especially at home. And don't count out the Patriots. You know why? Famous Patriots quarterback Tom Brady says, at home, we're almost unbeatable.
You know, I forget that Tom Brady went to Pace High School. So
yeah, I got you, though. Don't worry about
that
it.
Up. Just kidding. No need to email. Just joking. So let's get to the Northwest Florida State College keys to victory. And we're going to start with Niceville. As I said, they are 3-0. They're obviously a very good team. They'd love to move to 4-0. What do they need to do tonight to make that happen?
It starts with Azaria Thomas. This young man, he's a top 100 prospect. He a wide receiver, defensive back. You're going to see him all over the field. Look, I think Coach Thompson's going to find ways to get him the ball, whether it's jet motion, sweep, whatever it is, quick screens. They're going to get the ball in his hands, and I expect him to dominate.
You know, I remember back in the late 80s, a buddy of mine's father said, I'm going to take you guys tonight to watch the Sescambia game because there's a young man on the field named Emmett Smith. You're going to want to remember that you saw him play.
He was pretty good.
And that father was correct. And, of course, we've had our share of these superstars. And as you just mentioned, Azaria may be the next one. This guy's really big time.
He's an SEC talent for sure. We're going to watch him on Saturdays.
Okay, so that'll be fun to watch tonight. How about for Pace? They're 1-1. They'd love to move to 2-1. What do they need to do to win tonight?
It's the backfield, the domination of the running back TJ Haynes and Nate Simmons, the quarterback, the PHS transfer. Over 800 yards of offense in 2 games between these two, over 700 on the ground. I expect them to try to dominate in the run game, but it's going to be tough because Niceville only gives up 8 points a game. I expect Niceville to stack the box tonight.
All right, so we'll see. Pace is going to try and run, but Niceville's got that big-time D. It all starts, of course, with kickoff. Coming up next, it's Niceville at Pace, Friday Night Rivals. Well, how about that? Nice little tradition here at Pace. A fireworks show just before kickoff. That was a couple of minutes ago, so very cool. And that was presented by Stephen Nan Foster and the Pace High School Quarterbacks Club, Stephen Nan from the cutting board. So that was pretty cool. You could tell people were jazzed about it. We're about ready to go. And Jeff, Niceville, the Eagles won the coin toss, and they have deferred.
Yeah, so we're going to get to see that high-octane running game for the Pace Patriots with TJ Haynes and Nate Simmons, that dynamic backfield. It's been pretty darn important for the Patriots. Over 90% of their offense comes from those two fellas right there.
Incredible, yeah. Averaging about 400 yards on the ground. We're going to see a lot of that tonight. We're underway here. I thought maybe he got his knee on the ground, but he did not. That's Andre Hicks, who returns it back out to about the 25-yard line. And that's where Pace will take over. Quarterback Nate Simmons, the senior, as you said, one of the 2 most prolific producers here for Pace. And we're going to see him probably not throw it much, but he will definitely run it some, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. You see the Pace offense right there with Simmons, Haynes, Alford, Cook, Paulson, Tyler, and the big boys up front. Wise, Ballou, Harrelson, Eiler, and Pitts.
It's Pete Moore who gives us the starting lineups each and every week. You probably know that by now. We say it a whole lot, and for good reason. We appreciate it, Mr. Boy. So, look at this. The high snap right off the bat. Well handled there, but it's going to be a loss. Could have been worse, Jeff. I mean, it's a loss of about 4, it looks like. Very easily could have been a turnover on play 1.
Yeah, that's not the way you want to start against Niceville,
no,
that's
not.
For sure. But, hey, you know what? Nonetheless, they get another shot at it. You see Nate Simmons right there, the quarterback. And here's the Niceville defense. How about these fellows? Murphy, Edge, Firestone, Day, Arment, Hurtado, Jacobs, Thomas, Powell, Shepard, and Orr. Again, we talked about Azaria Thomas.
That's right.
That's the young man you want to check out in that backfield. That's a 4-star prospect.
And that's Simmons on the keeper, and he had lost about 3 on the previous play. Maybe picks up a yard there. That's going to make it 3rd down and 12. And not an ideal start here. Going to be pinned up against it a little bit on 3rd and long right out of the gate.
No, and if you look at the secondary for Niceville, they're not really worried about throwing the football, as they should be.
Yeah.
I mean, when you
there
run
is
the football,
no one back.
Absolutely.
They're literally like there's no one deep at all.
No, there is not. I told you that. We talked about in the open, if they were going to put 8 or 9 in the box, well, they're stacking just about everybody in the box.
Mm-hmm. So 3rd down and 12.
Here we go.
Simmons is going to try and pass. He's going to get rid of it. Overthrows, though. So it's going to be incomplete. It's going to be 4th and long, and quick stop for Niceville. They're going to get their hands on the ball, and that defer worked out real well.
And for Niceville, it's just the way you scripted it. That's exactly how you wanted it to go. A bad pass by Nate Simmons throwing behind his receiver, although I think maybe he realized if he tried to throw it over the top, it was probably going to be picked by a linebacker. So maybe it was a good decision by him.
100%. Yeah, I agree with that. So, but it's going to be 4th down and long, and we're going to see a punt here. Looks like, excuse me. Now, we will sometimes see Azaria Thomas, the superstar, return punts and kicks. He's not set back right now.
Beautiful punt.
Yeah, good-looking punt here. That's going to be number 17, Niceville, who's off to the races there. It's Maddox Fayard with the return out to about the 42-yard line, and that's where things will get going here. So again, we say it a whole lot. Azaria, he's this big-time player. We have a real good feeling he's got a very bright future. Will we see they're going to use him in just sort of all sorts of ways? He'll catch passes. He'll take it out of the backfield. Is that right?
Yeah, they're going to use him in jet motion. You see the Niceville offense right there with Moore at quarterback, Turner, or Thomas, Powell, Jacobs. Again, the big boys up front, Hanson, Trube, Trapp, Driscoll, and Firestone. But yes, Thomas, they're going to find ways to get him the ball. Now, make no mistake, all right? A lot of people pay attention to him.
Sure.
There's a lot of weapons on this Niceville offense.
Which is what makes him so darn effective. I mean, as good as Thomas is, if he was the only thing you had to worry about, and he's going to get the ball right off the gate here, and makes a heck of a move, and he's off to the races just like that, folks. Incredible. He may be gone. Yes, indeed. Forget about it. How about that? Azaria Thomas with a touchdown on play 1. See you later. Jeff, that didn't take long.
Simple little screenplay. We talked about it. Coach Thompson is going to get the ball in his hands early and often. Look, I'm not right very often, but this young man, he is, again, a top 100 prospect. You see the heating, air conditioning, instant replay. Look, just simple. One move, and he is gone. Boy, you are not going to catch that young man.
It's one play from scrimmage, 160-yard touchdown. And, well, you know what? We've got our play of the game. We've got our player of the game. This is
there we go.
That's simple. Pace would like to say something about that. There's a whole lot of football left, but an incredible start. And just like that, Niceville very quickly has taken the lead. 1 minute, 42 seconds into the game. We're going to go to break, folks. When we come back, Pace will try to answer 7-0 Niceville early.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Wendy's.
Well, we're back. That did not take long. We're just underway, but Niceville, after stopping Pace on a 3-and-out, go for 60 yards on their first play from the scrimmage with a little screen pass to the very talented Azaria Thomas, and he was off to the races, Jeff. So now Pace will try to answer, and in the backfield for Pace here to return this, that's Landon Lutz and Andre Hicks.
Well, let's see how the Patriots come back out on offense. Obviously, they were stuffed fairly quickly, and the pass was all for naught. But
good-looking
a
kickoff
beautiful
here.
kick.
Sure was. And that's going to go out of the end zone. So we're going to have a touchback. So, you know, we know Pace runs it. I mean, Pace really runs it, as you've said. About more than 400 yards per game on the ground. But you also pointed out off the top, Niceville's got a stout defense. Do you expect Pace to be able to run on it, or do you think the Niceville D is really, really good and may shut it down?
I just don't think Pace throws the football enough to be able to keep this Niceville defense honest.
Yep.
I mean, again, Niceville, they are one of the top programs, not just in the Panhandle, but in the state of Florida every year. They've got athletes over there. We know that. And obviously, Pace running the football, we know how good they can be. But when you are one-sided against a big opponent like this, You got to find other ways to be creative.
And look at this, the snap once again right over Simmons' head. He's in real trouble now, and it's going to be a huge loss. That's the second possession in a row that Pace started with a high snap, and this time around Simmons did all he could just to keep his hands on it, but it's a huge loss.
Yeah, again, you see Pete and heating air conditioning instant replay, and again, a botched snap. That's not Mr. Simmons' fault. He tries to do all he can, but you know what? Young man, get down. Get down. There is a host of Eagles headed your way.
So it's a loss of about 11. It's going to be second down and 21. A first down would come out at about the 30-yard line. This time they are going to hand it off up the middle, not doing anything. That's TJ Haynes who gets his hands on it. But maybe lost a yard, maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Here we go again, Pace, third and very long, Jeff.
Another bad snap, by the way. When you look at Simmons has to reach out to bring that ball back in, it messes up the timing. But again, the Eagles are stacking 9 in the box. They're not worried about them passing the football.
Right.
And I tell you, if you're a Patriot right now, you better be careful on your own end zone to get a little interesting trying to throw the football. Maybe you just want to run this, punt it away, and start over next time.
And let your defense, literally start over. It's like, let's forget that 60-yard, let's just start over. Third and long here from deep in their own territory, as you said. Last time they faced third and long in their first position, they did try to throw it. They don't do that often. It's another bad snap. Simmons able to get his hands on it.
There he goes.
Has a nice little gainer there, but doesn't even get back to the original line of scrimmage. So it's going to be fourth down and about 12, and once again, they're going to have to punt, and Niceville's going to get their hands on the ball again for a second possession, just about 3.5 minutes into the game, Jeff.
Yeah, just a little bit more room for the punting unit to come out here, but again, it's not the way you want to start your first 2 drives, especially going against Niceville and as fast as they scored on offense. But they got to figure it out. And I'm telling you right now, it starts with that center position. They've got to get that snap down first. But coach has also got to figure out a way to throw the football somehow, some way, if it's a screen, whatever it is, to get some of that pressure off of the young quarterback.
Oh, here we go. It's another snap in big-time trouble now.
Punt it away.
Doing a heck of a job there to get his hands on it. That's a nice effort by the punter. That's number 4, Reese Griffith. But again, Jeff, major problems on the snaps, pretty much on all 4 plays. And now all of a sudden, Niceville's going to take over very deep into the Pace territory, starting their drive in the Synovus red zone. That worked out pretty well for Niceville.
Yeah, if you're an Eagle fan, look, this is just the way you hoped it was going.
No
if you're a
kidding.
Patriot fan, this is a nightmare.
This is a nightmare start for Patriots fans, no doubt about it. They will literally start exactly on the 10-yard line. And it looks like, Jeff, it's first and goal, not first and 10. So got to score if you're Niceville. Cannot get a first down without a touchdown.
They didn't have a problem scoring last time.
Well, that's true. That's a good point. And try and do it again right here.
Thomas in there, right there in the slot, goes in motion.
But they're going to keep it on the ground right up the middle, and it's a heck of a run all the way down to about the 2-yard line. That's, again, number 3 there, Micah Turner on the carry.
Yeah, you see the jet motion across.
Well, everybody's looking. Here
Right.
comes Thomas. Everybody puts their eyes on him, and a guy like Turner's like, thank you very much, has a huge gain. It's going to be second down and goal now from about the 4. I mean, that's the kind of thing where somebody's so good, somebody like Thomas, who the whole area knows about, he gets so much attention drawn on him. It's like, forget how talented he is with the ball in his hand. The things he makes the other teams do when he's not holding the ball also play huge. This time around, going to keep it himself.
Boy, great job by that Patriot defense.
Yeah.
That is what you need. If you can force Niceville to kick a field goal, you're talking about a huge win right here. Great stop by the sophomore, Jackson Ward, number 42 right there.
There's Addison Moore, of course, quarterback there. Heating and air replay going to show you just not going to be able to
Won't
do
run
much
in my
with it.
gap, young man.
That's good D. Third and goal now. Jackson Ward there on the play. Going to throw it right over.
Beautiful
it's caught.
throw.
It's caught. Is he in?
Did he get it in, though?
Yes,
there it is.
indeed. Touchdown. And how about that? We're, at this point, 4 minutes and 45 seconds in. Thomas has 2 touchdowns, both touchdown receptions, and he's living up to the hype. And if you're a Pace fan, this has gone terribly, as you said, now trailing 13-0, not even halfway through the first quarter.
A beautiful throw, Addie Moore. I mean, throw the ball up to the young man. Look, he's 6'3", okay? Let him use all of his size. He did, and beautiful toe tap right there. That may have been good on Sundays as well.
It's a great play and a real good start. Remember, Niceville 3-0, trying to make a case for being one of the best teams in the Gulf Coast here. Extra point is up, and the extra point is good. It's 14-0. We're going to keep it right here. So, Jeff, let's talk about this. The Patriots obviously in some real trouble early, but again, the upside is it is early. And if you're Pace right now, you can chalk this up to not, oh my gosh, we're just going to be really outmanned. Maybe she's like, okay, this is a nightmare start. Let's regroup. you've been there. You know, you played quarterback for Northview. At this point in the game, if you're Pace, what do you need to tell yourself? What do you need to do to say, forget that, let's get back in this thing?
And just take it one play at a time. I know it sounds cliche, but you have to. That's the way. If you look back at the scoreboard, you're going to continue to have this nightmare of a game you got going on now. Just go back to the basics and say, okay, let's start like it's 0-0 and let's fight this. Let's quit worrying about trying to get 14 points in one play. It's not going to happen. Let's worry about the next play. The most important play is the next play, and that's what they got to do right now. Go back to their bread and butter. Find ways to run the football. Find openings. The coaching staff has to be creative with being able to throw the football. In my opinion, I think you come out and throw a screen the first play. Do some play action. Throw a screen off to the side. Find ways to be able to take some of that pressure off.
You can see the Airport Dental smile cam, and I don't know, are we looking at the Niceville side or the Pace side there? Because it would be the difference in smiles or not, that's for sure. Thanks to Airport Dental. Here we go. It's Hicks and Lutz back. It's another great-looking kickoff, and once again, that's going to be a touchback. So see if he turns around. That's number 47 for Niceville, Charles Laby. Man, he can really kick it. Got a great leg there, senior kicker for Niceville. Laby going back into the end zone for another touchback, and Pace will start again. And Jeff, I think your point is really sound. I mean, we know they have very effectively run the ball the first couple of weeks, but at the same time, it's so important to keep Niceville honest and at least pose a threat that you might put the ball in the air, even if it's a screen. Otherwise, you know, we've seen 2 possessions and 2 third and longs.
Yeah, they've got to find a way. Again, a bad snap.
It's another high snap. We're seeing so much of that. I mean, almost every play here, it's seemingly a real issue for Pace. Nate Simmons on the keeper there, keeps it at the line of scrimmage, but he's got to be quick on his toes, having to make a play every single time on the snap, it seems. Yeah,
you want your quarterback to be able to get his eyes downfield. He can't do that when he's got to be looking for where the ball snapped, but Preston Murphy, the young man, the senior for Niceville, coming up with the stop. But again, the offensive line for Pace has got to be able to stop these guys, because every single time there's at least 2 Eagles in the backfield.
And Simmons did lose about a yard there, so 2nd down and 11. Haynes joined in the backfield. Haynes going to get it. And a nice gainer here.
There we go.
Yeah, it's a good-looking play out to about the 32-yard line, and that's going to make it 3rd down. And for the first time this game, Pace will have 3rd and manageable, specifically 3rd and about 4, it looks like. And this is the first time we've seen this tonight. Here's the look again on Peden's replay.
Yeah, great job by the offensive line. Look, you see him being able to get to the 2nd level. But here, now, this 3rd down, when it's 3rd and 4 like it is, you can still run the football. You can still play your game.
Haynes going to get his hands on it again, looking for a hole. And really doing a heck of a job. What a run. Yes, indeed. That's really nice. That 3rd effort gives him a 1st and 10 from Family Heating and Air. So a bright spot there for the Patriots. I mean, I know it's just a 1st down, but Jeff, that's the first time they've gotten one. They're trailing 14-0. They needed that.
Absolutely. And it looks like we got a water break.
I think we do have a water break that gives us a chance to catch our breath after an explosive start from Niceville. When we come back, Pace is on the move, trailing, though, 14-0.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Wendy's.
We're back on Friday Night Rivals, ready for action here. Pace on the move after getting their first down of the game. The option here, I don't know if it was on purpose or not, and that ball is still loose. Finally covered up. Simmons tried to option to Hicks. Hicks unable to field it, and then number 77, let's give him a shout out for the fine play. That's Ty Pitts who covers it. So a near disaster there. It works out okay. Let's take another look here. Simmons. So Jeff, was the option always in play, or did he do that because he was in trouble?
I think the option was always in play. It just wasn't like, you never want to turn around, turn your shoulders the way you pitch like that. You want to turn and fall away.
Well, we got some movement here. It's going to be 2nd and long, and we'll see which way this goes.
Prior to the snap, encroachment on the defense, still 2nd down.
All right, so that's another break for Pace. A mistake from the Eagles. So instead of 2nd and about 12, it's more like 2nd down and 7, now out to the 39-yard line.
You know I like a good encroachment call.
I do know
Just
you do.
Good encroachment.
Honestly, it's an odd thing that you enjoy. I don't know why, but you do. Simmons going to keep it this time, and he's got a nice play. I'm not sure that's going to be a 1st down. It's going to be real close out to the 45-yard line, but things are looking up all of a sudden for Pace a little bit here, Jeff.
Yeah, a little momentum. The offensive line's gaining a little confidence. Again, a decent snap. That way it allows them to run their offense. And Nate Simmons is a good athlete. Look, he needs to get better at throwing the football, but I think that's not who he is. He is more of a running quarterback, and he can throw it if he absolutely needs to. But I tell you, the quarterback draw right there ran to perfection. If you can start getting 4 or 5 yards a chunk against Niceville, you're going to be in good territory.
Well, it's 3rd down and about a foot here. Simmons will keep it again.
I like
go
that
out
one.
wide, and he's got all kinds of room. It's another big gain. It's another 1st and 10 from Family Heating and Air. Now down to the 44-yard line, so the Patriots' drive continues.
Boy, I like that wrinkle by Coach Smith and his staff. You get the players, a lot of times they go up to the line, and then they look over to the coach to see if they get to go to get another play or whatever it is. Well, they did a quick look and caught Niceville off guard.
Okay, and here they go again. Looking over here, getting the call, 1st and 10. This time it's Haynes will get it. And nice spin move, but able to pick up a couple.
He is tough.
He's tough to bring down. A couple times it seemed like he was down, and he gets another yard or two. So that's going to make it 2nd down and 8 after the 2-yard gain from Haynes.
Uh-oh, got an eagle. Slow to get up right here.
They're playing outside, coach, and he's...
Yep, that's number 64.
Joe Hansen.
Yeah.
The junior Joe Hansen.
Junior Joe, they call him.
Junior Joe.
Looks like he's standing up, so that's good to see. In fact, walking off the field on his own, that's very good to see. Mr. Hansen there. All right. So Pace takes this as an opportunity to talk it over. They both teams, in fact, sprinted to their sidelines and took the injury as a moment to talk to their coaches. So much so, Jeff, that I'm almost wondering, I think somebody may have called timeout because, you know, they really are talking about it. Maybe not, but that's a pretty extended moment. He got off the field about 30 seconds ago.
I do want to mention, you know, we talk about Pace and the running game, and Mr. Haynes is a fantastic running back, but, you know, Pace has always had some really good running backs. Quade Weimerskirch, Damian Bivens, Anthony Johnson Jr., a couple of those guys came and played for the Argos, by the way.
Love it. Hey, 8th play of the drive here, 2nd down and 8. Simmons again going to go out wide, picks up a couple, so it'll be 3rd and 5 from the 40-yard line.
Hey, positive yards, positive yards. I like what I'm seeing from this Pace offense after the disastrous start they had.
No doubt.
I mean, there was no life in them when they got done. And you see not only that, but Niceville scoring 14 points in a hurry. This is what you needed to see if you're a Patriot fan. If you're a Patriot coach, you got to be proud of the boys. But I tell you what, you don't care about this. You want to put some points on the board.
So 3rd down and 5. Simmons again going to keep it, and again has a nice gain, though he does not get the 1st down. He's going to be short by a couple of yards. So decision time now for the Patriots as they'll be facing a 4th down and 2, and head coach Kent Smith going to have to think about it.
I don't know how much thinking he's going to have because he's down 14. He's in no man's land. If you punt the football away, do you really gain much? I think right now with the momentum, you've just got to go for it.
Looks like that's exactly what they're going to do. Now 4th down and 2. Big moment for both sides here. Pace would love to keep this drive going.
Ooh, watch the safety coming down.
Down to 3 minutes here in quarter number 1.
There's 9 in the box right now.
Someone's going to keep it, and I don't think he got it.
Nope, he sure didn't.
So Pace goes for it, and it does not pay off. A huge stop there from the Niceville Eagles, and we're going to flip it around here as the Eagles will take over right there. Jeff, it was a gamble. They ran it. I think we knew they would, and just not able to do it.
No, Mr. Firestone comes up doing a great job, by the way, offense and defense. An Iron Man player, plays both ways. But, no, you had to go for it. I mean, there's nothing, you can't question that call.
Right.
You're down 14. You're looking for a little momentum. You're actually running the football fairly well there.
And like you said, given where they were on the field,
right.
You know what I mean? If you're on your own 30, you're punting that probably. But
I hope so.
But right there, and you're not kicking a field goal, or at least it would be a real bomb at that point. That would have been about a 50-yarder. So, yeah, it was the right call. Didn't work out. And Niceville now with a chance to really keep things going. Already up 14-0 with 2:49 to go here in the first quarter. And of course, all eyes on Azaria Thomas once again, senior receiver who's already got 2 touchdowns this time around. They're going to throw
he's got
over
a step.
deep. Oh, it's underthrown, but we're
interference.
definitely going to get an interference. Tyler Powell, the intended receiver, he was hit well before the ball got there, and that's going to be a big penalty.
Yeah, you see number 24, Jaquavian Moore right there, just got beat. And look, I credit him because he was beat by 2 steps. A better throw, and this is 6 points, no doubt. But you see him never gets his head around because he's so worried about catching back up. And if he turns his head, he may have a pick.
Well, hold on. Let's go to the field here.
Defensive pass interference on the defense.
Yep.
1st down.
All right, there we go. So that penalty is just enough to cross midfield as a 15-yard penalty. And again, Jeff, to belabor the point you made earlier, that was not a ball intended for the star, for Thomas, but him being on the field is going to open up all sorts of things for everybody.
It creates one-on-ones on the outside, and that's how Niceville wants it.
Quarterback Addie Moore was able to unload on that one. They get the call, and once again, 4 outs. This time Moore's going to keep it himself on the keeper, and we have a flag on the play. He picks up about 5, but that may end up being a hold, Jeff. We'll see.
Yeah, that is in the area of holding, and boy, that would be great for Patriots.
Yeah. Moore keeps that one himself and does get a few, but again, let's see what the call is. Yep. All right, so that was a clear hold, and we get the pass interference call in the first play, then we get the hold here, so we go back and forth, and now all of a sudden Niceville is back on their own side of the field at the 41-yard line, and it's going to be 1st down and 20. Moore out of the shotgun. Going to throw out wide. That could have been picked off. A dangerous pass could have been picked off. It was not. The intended receiver there, number 13, Cooper Stanford. And we nearly saw a pick 6 right there, Jeff. Let's take a look.
No, watch this. He knew exactly where he was going to throw the football, and that was not the right decision. As great job by number 25, the young man, Hayden Fennell, the senior, just staying true and not biting on that fake. Man, my goodness, that was close.
It would have been a big moment for Pace. Nonetheless, an incomplete pass, 2nd down now and 20. And this time again, Moore going to keep it himself, but a great play by number 68 there for the Patriots. Let's give him a shout out. Who was that? Let me get you. Oh, Jerome McGriff.
Big Jerome
the crime
McGriff.
dog.
Yeah, there he is. Look at him. Look at that hair.
Yeah,
gotta
big
love
time.
it.
That's a big time play right there. So that makes it 3rd and long, 3rd and 20 with 2:06 to go here.
Yeah, you see Addie try to take off, and McGriff said, "No, sir."
No, that was
Come
awesome.
back here.
Big play. Pace needed it. They got it, 3rd and long.
A little more energy now that this Pace squad has settled down.
Looks like we've got Thomas out wide here on the near side. And there he goes. Moore's looking for him. He's over the middle.
Ooh.
Oh, but a big stick from behind.
I think that's a fumble.
And that is a loose ball.
I think the Patriots have
We're
it.
going to see here.
They do.
Sure enough, a huge moment for the Patriot D. Jeff, I think Moore was looking for Smith, or Thomas rather, and just waited too long.
Absolutely true, Richie. To Johnny on the spot. Let's check it out. Boy, you see Addie Moore just sitting back, and as a quarterback, that clock has got to go off, that you got to get rid of the football, and just a slow developing play. But I tell you what, credit that secondary of Pace. That is a secondary sack right there. Great job, coverage sack for him. Boy, Coach Smith has got to be pumped for his guys right now.
That was a very big play. It was 3rd and long for sure. I mean, it was likely Niceville was going to end up having to punt, but the field position, a significant switch there on the turnover now as Pace will take over on the 38-yard line of Niceville here. And no surprise, of course, it's Simmons and Haynes in the backfield. Haynes is going to get it this time. Oh, and the ball's loose again, and that time it's recovered by Niceville, and off to the races he go. What a play. This could end up being a touchdown.
Can Simmons get him? Nope,
he cannot. Oh, my gosh, what a bizarre play.
Harrison Orr.
Thank you very much for saying that. I was looking for his name. What a play that was. The ball pops out and just right into his hands, and Jeff, he just stops and takes off. Meanwhile, we have at least 2 injured Niceville players on the field, so we'll have to see what's going on there. But watch this again. Incredible.
See if somebody comes in and punches it out.
Ball right there, right into his hands. Incredible. Harrison Orr, just a sophomore, but a big-time play there on the 62-yard touchdown return off the turnover. So now we've seen Niceville with a 60-yard touchdown on offense, a 62-yard touchdown on defense, and, of course, the pass play touchdown as well. And just like that, it is now 20-0 here with still 1:26 to go. Both players who were injured, by the way, are no longer on the field, so they're okay, I think.
Yeah, boy, what a nightmare. Again, we talked about Pace coming out. It was 14-0. They started to gain a little bit of momentum there, and just something like that. Boy,
There's Charles Labey on to
get a big turnover on defense.
Right, and then the very next play, turn it back over, and it goes all the way. Extra point is up, and the extra point is no good. That's Labey who misses just right. So the score will stay at 20-0. So, Jeff, we know what's going on here. As we take a look at the Northwest Florida State College Sports Desk, do you have any other scores for us?
I do. I actually have a forfeit here. Northview has to forfeit to Escambia Academy due to field conditions.
Now, hold on. Let's talk about that for a second. You, of course, played in Northview. Do you remember, did that field just not drain well? Or?
No, it does. I actually remember us playing Catholic at home our very first game in 6 inches of water, so that kind of makes me wonder what in the world's going on.
Interesting.
Nonetheless, Baker is up on South Walton, 21-14. Choctaw up over Fort Walton Beach on the road, 21-0. Pine Forest over PHS, 21-0. And Sweetwater over Jay at halftime, 39-0.
All right, there you go. The Northwest Florida State College Sports Desk with some of those scores. And, of course, you know tonight at 11 o'clock on Channel 3, you don't just have to hear us say those scores. You can see the highlights with the great Dan Shugart and the prep football final. I got home last week after the Milton game, Jeff, just in time to see it, and watched every minute of the show and loved every minute of the show. It's so good. So if you're watching us right now, it means you love high school football, and you're probably well aware. But don't forget, prep football final tonight, 11 o'clock on Channel 3 with the legendary Dan Shugart.
That is a panhandle tradition.
You're right. You're right. As is Dan Shugart.
Yes, absolutely.
So that's great. Catch that tonight. But for now, we're back to the drawing board for the Patriots, now trailing 20-0 after the Knicks missed extra point. And Laby misses the extra point, but I'll tell you what, he's got quite the leg,
yes,
and it's going to be another touchback now, and Pace will once again take over with the touchback here. And Jeff, you know, they have in the second part of the first quarter, they were moving the ball a little bit, but then obviously just moments ago get the turnover, and that felt like a devastating blow.
And again, it's tough. Okay, remember, these are kids, all right? They're not full. We see full-grown adults on Sundays and Saturdays, you know, make mistakes, and just the emotions that they have. These are young men out there. You're down 20-0. You're at home. You're getting embarrassed in front of your home crowd.
Yep.
They had a little bit of momentum. They've got to go back to that. They've got to get this offensive line has to be able to not. They got to find a way to get to the second level. They got to just forget about it. I know it's tough, but. Boy, they had so many good things going for them. Just hold on to the football.
TJ Haynes gets the handoff and loses a yard or two. It looks like there's still a skirmish on the ground. They're going to finally call it dead.
What happens in the pile stays in the pile.
I guess so. I guess so. So it's a loss of a yard or so, and it's going to be second down and 11 now. A minute 18 to go.
This has been a long first quarter for the Patriots.
And for their fans, no doubt.
And there's a ton of Patriot fans out here tonight. They packed it.
Yes, they did.
Oh,
stuck in the
goodness.
backfield. Huge, impressive play. That's number 65 for Niceville, as Jeff and I both raced to call his name. That's going to be Austin Firestone.
And I think Ryan Driscoll comes in as well, the other senior right there, offensive line and defensive lineman for him. Boy, that's Mr. Haynes.
So it's another loss, and it's going to be third down now and 14, and the Patriots find themselves in a very familiar position, Jeff, deep in their own territory, and third and long. A first down would be out of the 30-yard line.
Again, now you're in predictable passing territory, but you can't really pass against this defense. So what are you going to do? You got to get interested. You got to get different play calls going at this point.
Simmons going to roll out. He is going to try and pass. He ends up, he's going to keep it. And he's got a good play. Picks up about 10, but not enough. It was third and long. There is a flag on the play, and a couple of guys still wrestling, so we may end up with some sort of a personal foul or along those lines here, Jeff.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting because I saw a Patriot player and an Eagle player, two linemen over there scrumming it out.
Officially, it's fourth and, again, about 5, but I can see the gentleman who handles the positioning is walking back, so let's see what this is.
Ball. After the play, personal foul on the offense, fourth down.
All right, so some frustration there for the Patriots, and it's going to be fourth and very long as, again, the man who marks the spot, you can see him there in the distance back on the screen there with the 4, and let me tell you, he's back at about the 14-yard line. They got to get to the 30 for a first down, so it's 4th and 16. So another great opportunity for Niceville, who will take over with very good field position. And back for them is Maddox Fair, who does the returning. But looks like we may have a timeout on the field here.
It just took.
Did we? No, we didn't.
It took Coach Smith a little bit to get his punt unit out there. I was a little curious. Are they really thinking about going for it?
Gotcha. Well, probably the right call, although down 20-0. I can see why you want to think about it. Fayard is positioned right at the 50-yard line, and
Good punt.
Yeah, it's a good punt away from him.
Good angled kick.
Not going to be able to do anything with it. And sure enough,
Beautiful.
gets a nice bounce, too, all the way back to about the 40-yard line. So, yeah, that's a terrific punt. Excuse me, worked out well. And Niceville will take over on the 40, which means they're 60 yards away from a touchdown. And remember, they do have a 60-yard touchdown play already on this game on offense. They also have a 60-yard touchdown return of a fumble on defense with 12.8 seconds to go here in the first quarter. This has been all Niceville.
Yes, and we thought there for a little bit that the Patriots had a little bit of a glimmer of hope, and they still do, obviously, but it's tough to come back against anybody down 20, much less the Niceville Eagles, who, by the way, ranked number 5 in 7A in our state poll.
And I wanted to point out, you mentioned it off the top. I mean, we know how effective Pace has been at running the ball, but Niceville has a terrific D, and they have shut that run down so far. As you can see, more here rolling out. And he's going to find Thomas, who makes a great catch and is off to the races, folks. See you later. Forget about it. Incredible. It's going to be another touchdown. Azaria Thomas on the catch off of a really nice pass. And just like that, it is now 26-0 Niceville. It's like when he gets his hands on the ball, see you later. That's his 3rd touchdown of the night.
And he doesn't have to hit an extra gear. I mean, first off, beautiful pass right there. Watch, go up and get it. Receivers at home, if you're a young receiver, you see how he high points the ball. That's how you want to do it with both hands. Don't catch it with your chest and just coast his way in the end zone. My goodness.
That is the 3rd touchdown in the first quarter for Niceville of 60 yards or longer. They have 2 plays identical. Azaria Smith with a pass from Moore of 60 yards. So he's got 2 60-yard touchdown receptions. There he is. And then, of course, we know about the fumble return for 62 yards. And just an incredible game so far for Mr. Thomas here, who now, along with Niceville, leading this thing 26-0 and trying to make it 27 right here. The extra point attempt is up. And good. 27-0. So that time around, Labey able to convert. Jeff, I mean, 1.7 seconds to go here in the first quarter. 27 points in the first quarter. Incredible output from this offense.
Absolutely. And to go back to Thomas, we talk about, again, he is an SEC talent, ACC talent, whatever you want to call it. He is a Power 5 talent. And I'm telling you, we're going to watch him on Saturdays. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll probably see him on Sundays. He's just that kind of that kind of kid. But when you look at it, by the way, okay, he's got offers from Georgia Tech, LSU, Alabama, Florida. He'll be in Gainesville tomorrow for the Alabama game. Throwing that out there for Gator fans.
Good
Mr.
for
Thomas
him.
will be on the sideline visiting. I don't know if that's the game, depending on how you feel about it. If that's the game, I would want to go watch. But hey, you know what? Maybe he knocks out 2 visits in one. Right
well, there you go. So with just over a second to go here in quarter number 1, Niceville and Labey will find themselves in the familiar position of kicking off. I believe this is his 5th kickoff of the quarter.
Getting his work in.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And it's worth noting, too, Jeff, I don't know if we've ever had to say this early in a game, but at the high school level, when one team goes up by 35, we move to a running clock, which literally means the clock just does not stop during all the things you normally see a clock stop. So it turns into a very fast game. We may not get there. It's 27 points right now, but the fact that we got here this quickly does make you think that may be in the offing.
Absolutely.
And this time, that's really interesting. That's Andre Hicks, if I'm not mistaken, back there to receive that punt. Thought it was going to go in the end zone, and for good reason. We've seen that all night. This time it lands on the 5, and for a minute there was like, oh boy.
Yeah, he even hesitated. He was like, uh-oh.
This is a live ball, but it does get into the end zone, so it is another touchback, and Pace will take over right at the 20-yard line, and there he is. Again, been talking about him a whole lot tonight. That's number 47 who does that kicking. Charles Labey, he's a senior and has a terrific leg, and getting his workout tonight.
Absolutely. Good-looking kicker. We don't see too many good kickers here in the Panhandle.
Yeah.
I mean, we just don't.
We're not. Yeah, that's true. I mean, you're right. Yeah, it is worth noting that the terrific Graham Gano, of course, from right here in Northwest Florida, plays for the Giants and had a real good night last night in a losing effort on a terrific game on Thursday Night Football. Handoff up the middle, good for a couple of yards.
Yeah, Graham Gano, he was an okay kicker, huh? He's doing all right for himself.
Yeah, still bringing it. I'm not going to get the stat right, but at some point they talked about that he's just Mr. Automatic, and that's the end of the first quarter. Had like 30 straight field goals, something like that. So, yeah, he's doing real well at that level. Meanwhile, right here at this level, Niceville is taking over, folks. They're leading at 27-0. We'll be back for quarter number 2.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Wendy's.
A line for snacks. I hear you. Love it. We're live in Pace. It's Friday Night Rivals. Ooh, the Kona ice truck is here. And we're back out now and ready for the action as we start quarter number 2. And right off the bat, looks like Pace is going to want to throw, and they will throw, something you see almost never. Thrown just a little bit high now. Going to be, excuse me, going to be third down.
Yeah, I tell you what, good job by the offensive line to give Mr. Simmons at least a few seconds back there throwing the football. But again, got to be a little more accurate. Great job on the defense, but when you look at it, it's just they've got to find ways to complete these passes.
Speaking of great job on the D, let's talk about Derek Diamond, the double D. This guy who does stats for us and does such a fantastic job here in the booth has maybe the stat of the night. Niceville up 27-0 after quarter number 1. In that entire quarter, they possessed the ball for 3 minutes and 28 seconds. So in that short amount of time, 27 points on the board. Big play here. Simmons off to the races. He's got the 1st and 10 from Pensacola State College. Biggest play of the line of scrimmage tonight from Pace all the way out to midfield, and they needed that, Jeff. That's a great play.
That's exactly what the doctor ordered for him. I mean, finally, some momentum back in their direction, and great job. Look, using his legs, we know he can run a little bit. Great job in the pocket. Pocket didn't really break down too much. They had an edge rusher come through, but great run by the young man.
25-yard gainer, big-time play there for the Patriots. Again, out now to the 48-yard line. And so we're going to see more of Simmons and Haynes, the duo in the backfield. That time around, it was Simmons, the quarterback. He's going to keep it again. He's going to pass, too, and Haynes is the man on the reception, and it's caught, and that's going to be another 1st and 10. Don't see a lot of that, Jeff, but that's what you were talking about. They need more of that just to keep Niceville honest.
Absolutely. Just a little swing out of the backfield right there. Mr. Haynes wide open going down the field. Niceville looks like they forgot somebody. Great job again. Look at it. Just perfectly thrown ball, and that's all they need. That's all they need to get the defense off their back.
Just enough. So big play there, now down to the 32-yard line of Niceville is Pace. And in just a couple of plays, they've gained a whole lot of yards here and on the move. Simmons going to keep it this time. And just keeps fighting. Yeah, picks up 4 or 5 yards. That's a heck of an effort. He was hit at about the line of scrimmage, but we've seen a whole lot of 2nd and 3rd efforts tonight, and we see it there. As you can see, some other scores from the area chalked up big there with Sweetwater all over Jay, 39-0. Washington and Escambia, and a close one, Escambia up so far. Pine Forest up huge on Pensacola High School. And there's a good one. South Walton and Baker tied at 21. So 2nd down now and 7. Same play. Simmons going to keep it again. And it's, again, a nice gain, or not enough for a 1st down. It's going to be 3rd down and about 2.
Yeah, one thing that you should notice now is Niceville's backing a couple safeties. I mean, obviously, after that one pass play, they want a safety net back there. And I tell you what, that defense isn't firing off the ball like they were before. So, hey, credit the Patriots, credit that offensive line and those big buffet busters up there, making a little room for their quarterback.
So, Jeff, at what point, and I don't think we're there yet. We're not there. But at what point, if it keeps going the way it's gone so far, do you start thinking, all right, tonight's not our night, let's work on stuff, versus, hey, we're not out of this thing yet?
I think it's just halftime. I think if they go up 2 more scores, I think that's where you're just kind of like, okay, let's just take this one play at a time. Let's see if we can get some momentum going into next week. Obviously, being down 40 points against Niceville is pretty insurmountable.
Agreed.
Crazier things have happened, but let's just call it what it is. So
Haynes not able to get out wide there, stopped, so it's going to be 4th down now. And a couple of yards in this very good-looking drive from Pace. In a little bit of jeopardy here. You can see they are positioned at the 24. Got to get down to about the 22 to convert and get a Pensacola State College 1st and 10. So here's another big moment. Earlier in the game, Pace went for it on 4th and short, not able to convert, and soon thereafter, Niceville scored. So another moment here. 4th down, 2. That time Haynes gets the direct snap, and he's able to convert. Big play there. He gets the outside edge, and it's going to be a 1st and goal down into the Synovus red zone. So a big conversion this time around for the Patriots. And Haynes takes the direct snap there, Jeff, and able to get down to about the 6-yard line.
Yeah, the old Wildcat right there.
There you go.
Mr. Haynes. Great job blocking, a little off tackle. And Mr. Thomas has to go tackle him. He didn't really wanted too much of Mr. Haynes there.
So I should say at the 8-yard line, not the 6. It is a 1st and goal.
That's a deserving Gatorade right there. Gatorade run.
Earned that.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so this has been a very nice, sustained drive from the Patriots. A fine answer as they're under major pressure. This time Simmons keeps it himself, cuts back.
Move.
Yeah, fine.
Uh-oh. Ball
Did he
was
lose
out.
the ball? Oh,
And
he sure did, and Niceville
recovered.
recovers. Just like that, folks. That's going to be number 44 for the Eagles on the recovery. Noah Harmon, the senior linebacker, who makes a huge play just when Pace felt like things were moving a little bit. Forget about it. Big turnover here as Simmons loses the ball.
Great move,
right there.
But again, young man, once you go into the pile, two hands cover that football because, boy, people are coming to swat it away, and just a great job.
It's the second time tonight we thought maybe Pace had something to do, and then they turn it over in a crucial spot. This one worse than the last. This one literally down on a 1st and goal at the 8-yard line, and the defense of Pace finds themselves back on the field. And despite the fact that they're losing 27-0, Jeff, they haven't been on the field for long. As we said, 3 minutes and 28 seconds is all it took Niceville to put up that many points in quarter number 1.
Well, the Patriots were in the Synovus red zone for the first time. I mean, hey.
They were all the way down at the 8. All right, so Moore going to keep this one himself, tries to hop his way out.
Look at that.
Yeah, it's a heck of an effort. Whew.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, it's a good tackle there from number 42 for the Patriots. That's Jackson Ward, sophomore, who makes a big play here.
This looks painful. I don't think I can. No, definitely.
Right
already.
there.
Look at that. Let me just pick him up.
All that said, Addison Moore was able to pick up about 6, or rather 5, and so it's going to be 2nd down and 5.
Oh, this might be the longest Niceville's had the ball for a while.
Got 4 wideouts, though. I'm going to throw it out here.
Uh-oh.
Little screen pass.
Okay.
And a fine effort there off the screen.
Khalil
That's
Jacobs.
number 2, yeah. Senior wide receiver Jacobs able to get a 1st and 10 from Pensacola State College, so the chains will move, and Niceville buys themselves a little bit of breathing room. You know, they were deep in their own territory. Not that they were too terribly worried about it. You don't get the feeling, not with the kind of cushion they have right now. It's going to be a 1st and 10, though, down out to the 23-yard line. So a touchdown and a 2-point conversion would put them at 35, and we go to running clock, although certainly no reason to believe they'd go for the look at this. Here's
Oh, boy.
Azaria Thomas on the jet sweep there, and it's a nice gain of about 8 yards. So, as you said early, Jeff, they'll find ways to get in the ball. We've seen him catch some big plays, huge touchdowns, and right there, they just get it to him in the backfield and let him do his thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Great job by Mr. Jackson Ward again because, look, you saw Thomas just lower his head. And great tackle because that was a touchdown-saving tackle, that's for sure.
This time around, they're going to throw. Moore's going to go deep. And,
that's
he
pass
had his man.
interference.
Yeah, sure enough. Thought so, too. The open receiver was just flat out being held. The intended receiver, number 11, Tyler Powell. I didn't get the number on. Was it number 2 there?
Number 2.
That's T.J. Haynes for Pace, who's going to be called for the interference.
Oh, I think that's Mr. Garrick Shea.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I'm sorry. Haynes is 3. My bad. Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, I'm telling you, boy, if he grabs his jersey anymore, it was like he's trying to put it on himself. Yeah. Goodness gracious.
Well, down 27-0.
On the defense, that play results in a 1st down.
All right, so instead of a pass interference, it's a hold, and he certainly was holding him. There's no doubt about that. As you heard, the play results in a 1st down, now out to the 41-yard line. So the Eagles start deep in their own territory, but thanks to the penalty and thanks to some big plays, they're moving. And look at this.
I'm pretty sure we got a defensive back that's offside.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
There's the call. I mean, that's number 2 for Pace. This time again, that's Garrett Shabe again. Or rather 24. I'm so sorry. I only saw the 2. That's Jaquavian Moore, who literally just lined up almost on the Niceville side of the ball.
We'll get the call from the ref.
Prior to the snap, encroachment on the defense, still 1st down.
So, Mr. Moore has to understand that Mr. Thomas was off. All right, so he wasn't on the line of scrimmage. Like right now, he is off the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he's a couple yards. Look, here we go again. It's the same thing. We make it. Okay, this time he's able to get back. Golly, almost saw it again. It's going to be a handoff anyway. Getting out wide there.
Makes you scratch your head a little bit. You're just back up. You see the coaches right there just yelling him, get back.
Seriously. It's Micah Turner on the carry, picks up a couple. It's going to be 1st down, 2nd down. Rather.
If you're at home and you line up on defense and you go to look for the ball, and if you are ahead of the ball, back up.
Back up. It's funny. It's the first time I can remember since doing this where it was so, for you and me both, like, what is he doing? You can't do that. Second down and a couple here.
Hey, I'd be nervous too covering Mr. Thomas.
Yeah, no doubt. This time Moore's going to keep it himself. Has a nice little juke there, and it's going to be, Pensacola State College 1st and 10 down to the 45-yard line as he's able to convert there. Made a couple of nice moves, and it's another big pickup here with 6:27 to go in the first half. This game has been all Niceville. They haven't scored this quarter, which I guess is something. Looks like we may have ourselves a water break, and that gives us a chance to stay away for just a moment. It's 27-0 Niceville. They've got the ball. They're on the move. This is Friday Night Rivals.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Wendy's.
There's a party in the USA, and specifically right here in Pace, as Miss Cyrus is belting out the tunes for us here, and the kids are having a blast. That, of course, the Airport Dental Smile Cam. Good to see them having a good time. We're back now, ready for the action. It is 1st and 10 Niceville as they just keep trying to move the ball. This time around, it's another sweep, and it's going to be a gain of maybe a couple. That's Tyler Powell who got the ball. Picks up a yard, second down and 9.
Yeah, interested to see how much Mr. Thomas stays on the field for Niceville. Obviously, before they start getting some different guys, some different bodies in there, we see them rotating a few, but for the most part, the Niceville starters stay on the field.
At this point, yeah, no doubt. It's a good point, though. Game stays like this, there's no reason to keep him out there. Second down.
Oh! Tried to run before he caught it.
That's Blake Orr, the intended receiver. Hit him in the hands, but not able to pull it in here. Another look.
Yeah, beautiful throw. Watch his eyes. Oh,
yeah.
He had a little room.
So 3rd down and 9, and Jeff, this feels like the kind of moment where it's like, okay, let's go find Azaria.
And that's been the go-to, and that's not a bad idea.
No, when you're 3rd and long,
any time.
I mean, again, it's sort of the definition of a weapon, right? It's like, we're in trouble, let's get on the ball. And they may try to do that here. We'll see. Once again, 4 wideouts for Niceville. And Moore is going to look for him, and sure enough, he gets him.
Beautiful.
Was he able to pull it in?
Yes,
he was. That's going to be 1st and 10 for Pensacola State College. That's a great throw. Just, you may say a little low there, but put it in a place that really was only Thomas.
Yep, only your man can go get it. And when your man is Mr. Azaria Thomas, that's a good man to throw it to.
All right, so the conversion there on 3rd and long, and now down to the 34-yard line as the Eagles on the move. And they just keep throwing. We'll see. They got, again, 4 wideouts. 1 man in the backfield with Moore. They're going to throw the end zone, and literally all alone. He overthrows him by about 1.5 inches. And that was him once again. That's Azaria Thomas. Jeff, I got to tell you, shocked he wasn't able to bring that in. Don't know how he found himself so wide open. Did the Patriot defender fall?
I believe he fell down right here, and I'm wondering if Mr. Thomas alligator on this. Watch him. No, that was just an overthrow.
Gosh, incredible.
Boy, oh boy.
The upset of the night is that he didn't pull that in.
He's made all the tough catches, and that ball right there, a little overthrown. Oh, my goodness, they'd love to have that one back.
No doubt. 2nd down and 10. I don't think he could believe he was that open.
No.
This time it's a big play up the middle. Huge handoff there. 1st and 10 now from Pensacola State as Niceville moves into the Synovus red zone. That number 20, DeMontre Allen, just a sophomore, looking real good there. And Niceville, even after the non-touchdown, looking good after a huge pickup.
Yeah, looking even better as that offensive line for Niceville kind of having their way as you see that Pace Patriot defense getting a little gassed.
You mentioned, Jeff, they got a lot of weapons besides Thomas. We're seeing that, There's another example right there. 4:38 as the clock continues to tick. Gonna throw back over the middle, and this time Thomas is able to catch it. He's into the end zone, and that is going to be his 3rd touchdown of the night. Azaria Thomas on a nice-looking bullet pass right over the middle. That's well done, of course, quarterback Addie Moore. Here it is. Moore with a bullet. Thomas on the reception. Forget about it. Touchdown.
Yeah, just a slant route across the middle. Great job. Great ball. Thrown a little bit low, not too high right there. Well, worked to perfection.
So again, I mean, it is worth noting, I should say, after a 12-play, 75-yard drive, that if Niceville were to go for 2 here and move to 35-0 if they converted, it would be. It looks like they may be doing that. That could put them up 35. That would mean we'd go to a running clock. We're going to see what they do. And, Jeff, at this point, it's maybe in everyone's best interest, because at this point you start thinking, let's not just stay on the field and get hurt, right? Let's end this game. I mean, am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. And people may not like this if you're a Patriot fan, and I can understand both sides of it. If you're Coach Thompson, you're like, hey, look, I want to get out of here scot-free. I don't want any injuries. I'm doing well so far. My guys have had a good night. And plus, with a running clock, he can get his subs in there. He can get them some reps. And for Coach Smith, I think for him, it's like, hey, look, we got to chalk this one up. You know what? Yeah. This just wasn't our game. We didn't come out. We had some things that didn't go our way. And you just got to continue to push through and move on to next week.
So we'll see. Sure enough, it seems like they want to talk about it. They originally looked like lined up to do an extra point, then said, hold on, let's think about this, because again, 35 would go to the running clock. And yeah, I mean, if you're Coach Thompson from Niceville, you kind of want this game to be over, and maybe that's true for Coach Smith at his pace as well. You don't want him to get injured at this point. So they're going to go for 2. And again, I totally understand it. It certainly doesn't feel like a running up the score situation at all.
It's a wildcat right here.
Yep.
Got Micah Turner in the backfield. They're just going to run it up the middle. Looks like
Does he get in? It's real close. Yes, he does. Sure does. They do convert on the Wildcat there. It was a direct snap to Turner. Runs it up the middle. It's 35-0, and that should put us into the running clock situation. We're going to go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we'll see if, in fact, that clock starts running, folks. Got a bit of a blowout in pace tonight as Niceville up huge, 35-0 on the Patriots.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Wendy's.
Well, I was never much of a math major. I mentioned that Thomas scored his 3rd touchdown of the night moments ago. It was his 4th touchdown, and Jeff, it's hard to keep up.
He's scoring faster than we can count them.
No doubt.
Look at this.
35-0.
They're watching it too.
Yeah, they are. Love that.
There you go.
That's not our broadcast, though.
No,
that's their own. Come on, cue us up, fellas.
Oh, we got way better cameras than that.
Actually, that looked really good.
I know it did.
All right, so 4:28. We're about to find out if, in fact, this clock should start rolling. I think that it will. That's how it goes. And it's going to be another kick out of the end zone. We've seen it all night from Labey. I think I've said his name more than anyone's, other than maybe Thomas tonight, as he's been incredible. The one fly in the ointment for him, one of the touchdowns was a missed extra point, but then they were able to make up the point when they went for 2 moments ago and converted. That's where we landed at 35.
Good time to be a kicker for Niceville. Always. You
Yeah.
get your name called. You get your opportunities.
That's true.
You don't get to kick many field goals, it doesn't look like.
All right, so look, the clock's not running here, and we're going to see if it I mean, definition of a running clock is that it would be.
I believe after they start this first play, they'll continue to run. Well, when we look at pace and the offense, Mr. Simmons, Mr. Haynes, they haven't looked bad.
No,
tonight.
no,
I mean, they've had moments. They were inside the 5 there.
Absolutely. And so look at this. They line up, and then maybe it's a timeout is called because, they line up, and then they want to. Yep,
Ace wants to talk about it.
Ace wants to talk about it, so that's interesting. But let's keep it right here, Jeff, versus going to break. And why don't you cue up some scores as we go back to the Northwest Florida State College Sports Desk. Moments ago had some scores up on the screen. What do you got for us?
Well, South Walton and Baker at half, tied at 21. Choctaw up 21-0 over Fort Walton Beach at half. Another halftime game right here. Pine Forest up 27-0. Over PHS, Milton, the Panthers, over the Dolphins at home, 14-7. Again, Sweetwater all over Jay, 39-0. Navarre over Tate. How about this game? A little interesting, 20-14 in the second quarter. Booker T. Washington, well, they're trailing right now on the road at Escambia, 24-13 at half. And Flomaton over Chickasaw, 15-0. And one more score squeaking in here. West Florida over Arnold, 41-0.
Wow, big game there. All right, so a high snap. Simmons able to corral it, picks up a yard here with 4:18 to go. So, Jeff, let me ask you this. Like, you had said, you said it in the open. You and I talked about before the game. You thought that Niceville was probably going to win tonight. But are you surprised to see what we've seen so far, like this kind of a win? Or did you think that there was potential for this?
I thought there was a potential for this, but I'm telling you, this Pace Patriot bunch,
Simmons
I just think, look, the score, we know the score is out of hand, but the score doesn't dictate what's happened in the game. When you look at it, Pace, when you look at the score, you just think, well, Pace is, just 3 and out every time kicking the ball away. No, they've had their moments, but they fumbled the ball away twice now. And Niceville, we knew Niceville was good. We knew Pace, a little bit different team than the team that made the deep playoff run last year. We saw them game 1. They lose a game against a Choctaw squad that Niceville, by the way, goes and shuts out 39-0. So we kind of saw some writing on the wall. But again, Pace at home, we just never know.
Got a penalty flag there. It was to be 3rd and short.
Prior to the snap, encroachment on the defense. The result of that foul is a first down.
So it's going to be a first down. And Jeff, look, as you can see, as I can see, the clock's not running. So, maybe I misstated it. Maybe it's you must be up more than 35. Maybe it's 36. No, it's 35.
It's 35.
Yeah. All right. So just it's
Pace
not.
said we're not running. Nope, now the clock's running.
Refuse.
There we go.
Okay. There.
Pace said we're not running the clock.
Run the clock. Yeah, maybe they just don't do it during penalties. Oh, it's a wow, golly.
Man.
That's a really nice looking pass from Nate Simmons there. And number 85 for the Patriots, not able to pull it in. But gosh, that was a good looking pass. The intended receiver, Blakely Tyler. Watch this great pass, Jeff.
By the way, this is from hash mark to the other side of the field. This is a tough throw and a beautifully thrown ball. Boy, he's got to find a way to squeeze that, especially when you look at the score, Blakely Tyler right there. He's going to wish he had that one back.
2nd down and 10. We're all wondering why that clock's not running. I'm going to stop saying because it's clearly not the case. Keeper here this time around from Simmons. Able to pick up a couple. It'll be 3rd down and about 8.
Oh, you see Mr. Simmons right there again. Look, him and Mr. Haynes in the backfield have had a great start to the year. Not maybe record-wise what they wanted. Obviously, they'd love to have that Choctaw game back. But again, over 700 yards rushing. It doesn't look like they're going to get to that tonight. No. But still, this is a very talented group. This is a very talented backfield for Pace. Just understand the opponent they're playing is pretty darn good as well.
Yeah. As you said, number 5 in the state. 3rd down and 5 here. Ooh! Woo! Could have been a pick 6 there for Niceville. That's Khalil Jacobs, who had a shot. Not able to pull it in, so it's going to be 4th down. And Jeff, I guess you go for it, right?
I think you got to at this point. But
no, they're going to punt.
Well, Mr. Simmons, by the way, had Mr. Tyre open, running across right there, but the Eagle defender got the paw on it.
So Maddox Fayard back again. We've seen him receiving a whole lot of punts tonight, and he'll have another shot as he's set up at the 29-yard line. And I guess maybe you punt here just because, again, you don't want to give Niceville the ball that deep in their territory and just give them the points. Low snap, nearly blocked. Takes a very favorable bounce if you're an Eagle fan, and Pace will stop the ball there at the 46-yard line. So with 2:16 to go, up 35-0, Niceville will once again take the field. And Jeff, we're getting to the point, maybe they wait till halftime, maybe now, where we just don't see a lot of starters.
No, for Niceville, they may come out right here. If they do, it looks like there is the majority of their starting offensive line is coming back out, so they may go ahead and finish out the half, and then we may see some of the young guys get to come in this ball game. You always loved it as a secondary player, maybe a JV guy that gets called up to go on the road. It's always fun, and then you never think you're actually going to get in the football game. But you know what? Sometimes when you play for Niceville, you get in a lot more than others.
We may see that here pretty soon. It's 1st and 10. A nice little throw out wide, and that's going to be a big gainer. Probably just enough for the 1st down, and that's number 13, Cooper Stanford, senior wide receiver, who does move the chains. It's going to be at Pensacola State College, 1st and 10.
And you see J.P. Michael checking in at number 9 right there at the top of your screen, the slot. Addie Moore still in the game.
Yep, sure
Throwing
is.
the football around, running their offense. Good to see that.
1st and 10. Gonna be a little sweep right here, and it's going to be another big gain and a terrific 2nd and 3rd effort there. That's number 21, Bird Pope. Wow.
That is a great name. I love it.
Name
Bird
of the
Pope.
night, Bird Pope. 2nd down now and 3.
We get some interesting names.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
2nd and 3. Well, wide out ahead of him here. Just threw it a little out ahead. That was J.P. Mikhail, the sophomore tight end, intended receiver there. So that'll bring up 3rd and short. And we're not seeing Thomas in the game, and we may not see him again.
No. No, good job right there. The safety, Andre Hicks, coming up and making that a little more tougher. I'm telling you what, probably a good thing he dropped that ball because Mr. Hicks was coming to lay the lumber to him.
And he still got hit pretty hard.
Yeah.
So it's 3rd and short here. Another handoff up the middle, and it's going to be a nice gain. It's going to be a Pensacola State College 1st and 10 down to the 30-yard line, and there he is again, Bird Pope. Feeling real good. So as we said, Azaria Thomas no longer in the game, Jeff. I'm just going to spill the beans. I think he's got a real good shot at player of the game.
Yes,
I mean,
I wouldn't
he's
argue
got
with that.
4 touchdowns in about a quarter and a half. Another sweep this time. Gets the outside.
Come on, Bird.
Yeah. Bird. He's a senior. Getting some time here.
Gotta love it.
Clock down now to 55 seconds.
For Pace, this is one of those things. Hey, you know what? You got to find ways to not allow them to score. This is more about pride right here. You're on your home turf. You're getting embarrassed right now, but you can't allow them to go up 40-plus points.
Gonna do your best. It's
the small victories.
Easier said than done. Play clock's still at 20, so all kinds of time here as Niceville thinks about it. Ooh, high snap, good play. And a big gain, and woo! Still going. What a play that was. That again, J.P. Mikhail, who's able to turn not much into something big. It's going to be a Synovus red zone 1st and 10 for the Niceville Eagles as they may score again before the half.
It's a little screenplay. Watch this. My goodness. Well, you better be physical. You're coming up with that young man, Garrett Scheib, right there. Going to do better than that. That was mean by the sophomore.
That's Pete Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric, of course, supplying us with those instant replays all season long. 1st down now. Oh, and it's a snap, goes over his head, and it's all he can do to recover it. That's Max Morgan now running quarterback for Niceville. Morin. Is it Max Morin? Oh, I'm sorry. I said Morgan.
Morin.
Yeah, Max Morin. Sorry about that. So it's...
Max, don't get my name wrong, Morin.
Not any Morin. 2nd down now after the loss on the snap there.
Max is a senior as well.
Yep.
So we're seeing more and more Eagles get in right here for a chance to score before half.
And we're down to about 15 seconds here.
Uh-oh.
He's going to keep it himself this time. It's a good-looking play. That may be the last play of the half as we're down to 9-8-7.
I don't think Bird liked that. Bird wanted that football right there.
Hate to see this. That's
You hate to see it.
number 14 for Pace. That's Landon Lutz on the ground. In some pain, clearly, too.
Looks like he was driven down on that shoulder. Yep, there it is right there.
Athletic trainer now on the field. Another joining. It's good to see him stand up here.
Yep. Hopefully that shoulder's all right.
Yeah, he's holding it, though, man.
Yep. I don't like the way when I look at that arm just hanging down like that. That's not usually a good sign.
Hate to hear that. Really do. Let's hope he's okay.
Hope it's not a collarbone. You never know in the shoulder area right there. Could be a multiple thing.
Clock going to run out now, and that is how the half will end, and it really was all Niceville. The Eagles leading 35-0. And, of course, we saw the most impressive offensive output, specifically, Jeff, in quarter number 1. It's Azaria Thomas, of course. We knew he would be the player's name we'd be calling all night, and he scored 2 touchdowns in about 2 minutes. And it was just felt impossible for Pace to look up after that.
Yeah, there's just not much you can do right now if you're a Patriot fan. You just got to come out of in the second half and just find a way, again, to get better, build some momentum. But if you're a Niceville Eagle fan, hey, things couldn't go any better.
And let me say this, we were talking a whole lot about the running clock, go up 35. I think what's going on is it happens in the second half.
Yeah, in the second half.
Okay, so there we go. So the running clock will start at the beginning of the third quarter. And at this point, we do have Coach Grant Thompson. Coach Thompson, can you hear me?
I can.
Hey, this is Christian Garman from Friday Night Rivals. Coach, an incredible start. You know, we come into the game knowing how impressive your offense is, of course, and we knew that Azari would be somebody to watch all night. But my goodness, it didn't take long. A 60-yard touchdown right off the bat, and a couple minutes later, he scored again.
He's pretty good, isn't he? I mean, you know, the guys are doing a good job around him. We had a good week of practice. They had some good blocks. You know, and Zaria can go to the house.
Coach, so now you're up 35-0, and I know no coach is ever going to say it's over, so I'm not going to ask you if it's over. I will tell you I think it's probably over at this point. With the second half to come, what is it you're going to talk to your team about for the second half? Because a lot of players right now are getting some run that maybe otherwise wouldn't if you weren't up so big.
Yeah, so in high school, the clock's going to run, so we're going to play everybody, and it's a good opportunity for our young guys to get some great experience out here in this phenomenal environment. You know, so we're excited to, you know, try to let some people get to work.
And, Coach, last question. You went for 2 there at the end of the half, and I know that you tell me why you did that.
I'll tell you, yeah. So it's a high school rule. So Pace is a physical football team, and if you're up 35, then the clock runs, right? And if you're not up, if you're up 34, the clock won't run in the second half, and we've got a bunch more clips we got to play.
Coach,
so,
go ahead. Sorry.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Finish up.
Did I break up at all? So it was just it was really we wanted to get to that magic 35 number, so the clock will run, so we can, you know, get on out of the game injury-free. Such a physical team.
Coach, that's exactly what we thought you were doing. It made a whole lot of sense and probably the right thing. So, Coach Grant Thompson from Niceville, appreciate your time here, sir.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Yes, sir. All right, so that's exactly what we thought he was doing there, and it worked out. They went for it. They got it, got to that quote-unquote magic number. When we come back, the halftime show, 35-0. This thing is all Niceville.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Wendy's.
This is a very good night for Niceville High School, up 35-0 over the home team, Pace Patriots. Coming into the game, Niceville 3-0. They're going to move to 4-0 as we will bring you the Restore Plastic Surgery halftime report. And no doubt you can hear this awesome band. Gosh, that sounds good. Every week we come to these games, and one of our favorite parts, we talk about it during the commercial breaks even, is how much we love to hear these bands. There's just something about it, of course, thinking about high school football on a great night. You can see the opposite side there, not a huge crowd, but here on the home team side, Pace did bring a big crowd tonight, as they always do. No doubt disappointed with what's going on the field, but they're here and enjoying this good music. There you can see that's a look at the, I'm trying to see if you can see me, I'm waving my hand. That's a look at the Pace crowd. So yeah, it's a big crowd, not super pumped, but nonetheless, it is what it is, and they're enjoying the music right now. Let's take care of a little bit of business here. We do this every week, and this is another highlight for us aside from the action on the field, and it's the Wibbs Stone Barnett A+ athlete. We just take a moment every week to recognize some outstanding athlete, scholar athlete from whatever school we're at. This particular week, we want to say congratulations to Steve Brunache. Could be Brunacci. I apologize either way. This kid is incredible. He's the captain of the varsity swimming team, carries a 4.44 grade point average. His favorite classes include AP Calculus. Incredible. And as you might be expecting, he's dual enrolled in American literature. And he also loves his SGA senior, he's the SGA senior class president. So this kid's a rock star. He's well on his way, and he is our A+ student athlete.
It's an amazing honor. I would like to thank my coaches, Coach Wolfenden, Coach Byers. I would like to thank my family, my mom, my dad, my sister, my brother, my dog. And I would like to thank the whole high school. Thank you guys for supporting me. This has been an amazing journey. I can't do it without you guys. Thank you again, and go Patriots.
And Mr. Charisma. Gotta love that kid. Well done, Steve. Again, our Wibbs Stone Barnett A+ student athlete with a 4.44 grade point average. Meanwhile, we talk about the Wendy's Giant of the Week. Remember, you can go to WFGXTV.com and register for this contest. We give away hundreds of dollars worth of swag and some food from the good folks at Wendy's, and we have a winner every single week. And this particular time around, Miles Murphy is our winner. There you can see Miles goes to Washington High, and he is the big winner, the Wendy's Giant of the Week. Pretty good title. Well done, Miles. Congratulations. Enjoy the food from Wendy's and enjoy all the swag as well. This is the halftime report, folks. We will be right back. Stay with us with some highlights from across the country.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Wendy's.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the pride of the red, white, and blue. The Kings High School Band program is under the direction of Mr. Anthony Gennaro and Philip McCanowitz. A very special thank you goes out to Principal Stephen Shell and Superintendent Dr. Karen Barber for their
Stevie Thomas breaking into the outside, up the middle. Now it goes Thomas with the Jets. He spins. He's to the 20. He's to the 10. He has scored again.
Here comes the rush. Avoids the rush. Rolling out. Throwing. Deep. He's got a man. Touchdown.
Blake's got some time going deep. Into double coverage. It's picked off by Trey Rex. Down at the 5. Ball pops loose, and the Jets have it.
Rummer. Across the middle, touchdown. Hangs on to it.
Pressure coming, and this one just off the hands. Now intercepted as it went off Roberson's hands, and the pick by the Saints. And they dial up Pence to the end zone. Does he make the catch? Yes, he does. Touchdown, Antlers.
Pass again, going over the top. He's got his man too. It's Cottrell. Does he catch it? Yes, he does. Oh my! Woo-hoo-hoo!
Smith, the ball gets past him, able to contain it, rolls to the right, throws back upfield. He's got his receiver, middle of the field, he's into the end zone for a touchdown. At the D1 level, McGinnis, deep again! They got it again! Oh my goodness! Avery Sloan this time in a foot race. Sloan to the 20, puts a move on. Avery Sloan to the 5, he dives!
I'm Dr. Ben Braun at Restore Plastic Surgery. Here at Restore Plastic Surgery, we support high school athletics because it helps kids develop important characteristics and skills that will serve them throughout the rest of their lives and help them contribute more to our community and society as a whole. One of the most important characteristics of successful people is never giving up, which we refer to as persistence or grit. And high school sports help teach kids that value by forcing them to keep trying and never give up. Another important quality taught by high school athletics is excellence. Excellence does not happen overnight. It takes time to develop excellence or mastery in anything. Another thing that high school sports teaches is teamwork. Very few people succeed or survive in life alone, meaning everybody relies on people around them to get things done and be successful and achieve a common goal. And high school athletics helps teach teamwork and teaches kids how to work with each other in a constructive manner to achieve a common goal.
We're back, everybody. It's the Restore Plastic Surgery halftime report, and we're going to show you some highlights as we always do. And of course, no surprise, 35-0 Niceville. These highlights are mostly going to be Niceville highlights. First play from scrimmage, Jeff, he was off to the races. We knew he'd have a big night.
Boy, Azariah Thomas, that young man was off and running. And this was just the beginning if you were a Niceville Eagle fan or a Mr. Thomas fan.
It was a 60-yard touchdown immediately, and then about 2 minutes later, there was another one. Over the course of the first half, 5 catches, 163 yards. Check this out, folks. 5 catches, 4 touchdowns for Azariah Thomas. There was a big moment for Pace, and we thought maybe they were going to turn around, but immediately turned it over, and just an incredible play here from Harrison Orr, who catches the fumble in the air, takes it back 62 yards, and Jeff, at that point, it was like, this isn't going to happen for Pace. They get the turnover and immediately turn it right back over.
Nope.
Here we go.
And you know what? If maybe you went to get the popcorn, maybe you were doing, warming something up, maybe getting a little dinner and you checked in late. Well, here's another touchdown from Mr. Thomas.
That was more to Thomas, and here again, more to Thomas. A combination we said a lot tonight. 4 touchdowns. Again, Thomas caught 5 passes, 4 of them for touchdowns, and that's why it's 35-0 Niceville. We'll get a running clock here in the second half. That's always the case when you go up this many points. We do have some stats. Take a look at what you see in the first half there. Incredibly, Niceville possesses the ball 10-18, 35 points in about 10 minutes, 48 yards on the ground, but a lot in the air. Most of them, of course, from Thomas on those big plays. And you can see 2 turnovers for Pace, 1 for Niceville.
Yeah, again, when you look at the rush yards, Pace did a good job, but you know what? Hey, they got to find a way to put the ball in the end zone.
So we're going to go to break. When we come back, things will get rolling. We may have an interview with Pace head coach Kent Smith. We'll see what he's looking at for the second half. Either way, things get rolling when we come back.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Wendy's.
We're back, everybody. It's Friday Night Rivals as we are nearing the end of the half. Here you can see the cheerleading unit there for Pace.
A little bit larger than usual.
Yeah, a lot of kids there as well. You do wonder, I don't know, why it's such a big unit, but it certainly is, and they're looking for something to cheer about. Jeff, why don't we take a look at the sports desk from Northwest Florida State College and hear some of the other scores on the Gulf Coast as Pace makes their way back out.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, we talked about it towards the beginning. Escambia Academy on the road at Northview, and I tell you what, Northview had to forfeit that game due to field conditions. So when we look at Baker over South Walton, 35-28 right now. Choctaw over Fort Walton Beach in the fourth quarter, 28-0. Pine Forest over PHS, 27-0. And Milton and Gulf Breeze, 14-7. And one more score for you. Escambia at home against who are we? Booker T. Washington. Well, Escambia is winning right now, 24-21.
Good game. So, Jeff, do you know what hits the spot?
Ooh, man. You know what? It's got to be some fried chicken, but not just any fried chicken, right? It's got to be that Fusakli's fried chicken.
The good folks at Fusakli's,
there we go.
Of course. They hook us up every week. We tell you about this. They feed the crew, so thank you so much to Fusakli's for catering Friday Night Rivals. You can call Fusakli's to get them to cater your event for football season. Every Saturday, every Sunday, you got a good reason to have some folks over and have some of that delicious chicken. So, seriously, we do appreciate it very much. And, of course, we remind you about the Wendy's Giant of the Week. And this is a contest that you can enter at WFGXTV.com. We do this every single week, and why not? Just go on the website and enter, because somebody wins some sweet swag that includes some food from Wendy's. In fact, just a few minutes ago, we told you who the current Giant of the Week is.
Yeah, the highlight show that is Booker T. Washington's own Miles Murphy was our Giant of the Week.
Yes, he was. Yes, he
you
was.
play football, go sign up.
Yep. So, hey, listen, let's give a shout-out to the great Dan Shugart and Prep Football Final, of course. They'll have highlights tonight at 11 o'clock on Channel 3. You've got Channel 3 News at 10. And as soon as that ends, Dan and the gang ready to go live and tell you about everything that happened up and down the Gulf Coast. And, Jeff, a few minutes ago, you gave us those scores. There's a few good games out there. There's Mr. Shugart and a promo for the show tonight. So just go back and enjoy it. As we said, you don't have to tell us. We don't have to tell you that. You're watching this game. You love high school football. And that show's been around. Gosh, I think that started around, 98 or 99 maybe. It's been around a long time.
Yep, even I remember, and I graduated in 09. I remember after my high school games, if we won, I would go check out Prep Football Final. If we lost, I wasn't trying to check it out. But
no,
by the way, we had one score that just went final right now. West Florida Tech over Panama City Arnold, 51-0 for the Jags.
What a win. So that was another running clock situation. Remember, we will have a running clock as soon as this game gets going. It doesn't start till the second half. So that was the confusion that we were talking about toward the end of the second quarter. But it will be the case now. Niceville won the coin toss at the beginning of the game, and they elected at the time to receive here in the second half. So they will. And they'll take the field here at the 20-yard line after the touchback.
Yeah, and we're probably going to have quite a few new names to be talking about here for the Niceville Eagles, as they'll probably put in just about every single backup they have. We talked about talked to Coach Grant Thompson at halftime. He said he was going to look. The reason going up 35 obviously saves his guys from injury. but also gets a lot of his guys some playing time. And I'll tell you what, that's extremely key if you're going to make a deep playoff run like Niceville does.
Max Moran is in at quarterback. He played some in the second quarter as well. Going to hand this thing right off the middle. Right off the bat, up the middle for a gain of maybe a yard. And there you can see that's number 21 who got some run as well. Bird Pope, best name on the field tonight, hands down.
Good old Bird Pope right there running the football. And for Pace, looks like they still have pretty much all their starting defense out there as they should. They got to get some momentum getting ready for next week.
Well, Jeff, I mean, that's the other part of this is obviously, you know, if you're Pace and you're in a situation like this, there's a lot to work on, and you have an opportunity to do that here for the second half because you're not playing to win at this point. You're playing to figure things out. 2nd down and 9. Little sweep and a fine run out to the 30 or 25-yard line. And that, again, is Pope, who makes it 3rd down now after the gain of about 4. It's going to be 3rd down and 5, a replay from Peden.
Yeah, Mr. Larry Bird Pope. Is that safe to call him Larry Bird Pope?
Why not?
You think he get mad? Why not? Yeah, it's 35-0. Let's just have a little fun with it.
3rd and 5 now, and again at the 25-yard line.
Max Moran, number 18 right there, the senior quarterback.
Backup quarterback, going to get a lot of run tonight, though. We'll probably play most of the second half.
Good-looking ball.
Yeah, good pass out there wide. That's going to be a 1st down and then some. See you later. Look at this, folks. Look at him trying to break it, and he may be gone. One man to beat. Going to cut back. A heck of a play. Wow. So Moran gets a huge touchdown pass there. That's number 17, Maddox Fayard, who breaks it. See you later. It's another huge play for the Niceville Eagles. They've had multiple plays of more than 60 yards, and that one may be another. We're doing the math right now.
Wow. Take the Peden Heating and Air Conditioning instant replay. Great move right there. Look at the burst.
Yeah.
Battles through, fights, and breaks the tackle, and he's got one man to beat, and guess who it is? Jaquavian Moore puts a move on him. Man, oh man, Moore did all he could, but it's not enough.
So that's a 75-yard touchdown, and now that's the biggest scoring play of the night for Niceville, who score so quickly there. Remember, the clock is running now down to just under 10 minutes to go. Huge play, up 41-0, trying to make it 42.
Again, that's against Pace's starting defense, by the way.
Yeah.
Not a good look for Chris
Kick is
Smith.
up, and it's going to be no good. So that's the second missed extra point. Clock will run. We'll run to break when we come back. See what Pace can do.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Wendy's.
All right, everybody, we are back now as Niceville will be kicking off, and that, a familiar phrase, of course. That's Charles Laby, the senior kicker for Niceville, back at the 40-yard line. And Jeff, so far, I think every time he's kicked off, and he's had a whole lot of them, we've seen touchbacks. He's kicking into the end zone. He'll get another chance to do it here.
Yeah, it's the only person that has more yards than anybody else on Niceville right now.
Boom, look
Mr.
at you.
Laby.
Good
He's
line.
deserved it. He's boomed them.
Yeah, he has.
All night.
This one, I think, will be short of the end zone for the first time tonight. And bobbled.
Oh, goodness.
Okay.
Get upfield, young man.
Able to recover, and
there
a
we
heck
go.
of a
There
run
we
back
go.
here. That's a really nice play by number 22 for Pace. That's Giovanni Matias Ramirez.
Yeah, there we go.
That's a great play because, remember, he wasn't even the person who fielded that kickoff. He was able to gather the loose ball and then makes a fine play. Look at this.
Yep, right there. The young man steps ahead of him. It looks like that was number 45, Derek Martin, the senior. Mr. Ramirez jumping in there. Great job.
Yeah. It's Matias Ramirez, sophomore. Good play. So Pace will start the drive here at the 21-yard line.
Yep.
They do a whole lot of running, as you know. They're going to keep doing that. This time it's an option sweep there. There's Haynes. Gets the corner. It's a good play. Good pickup there for about 7. So it's going to be 2nd down and 3. T.J. Haynes, the junior running back. Terrific back, Jeff, but tonight that Eagles defense has just been too much.
Yeah, he's a really good-looking back, about a little over 200 pounds, a tough runner. So is Mr. Simmons, the quarterback. You see him, number 5 right there. Tell you what, for these guys, got to keep their heads up. Got to keep moving forward.
Sure.
You got a long season ahead of you. You ran into a little bit of a buzzsaw tonight, but this is still a good Pace Patriot team.
Gonna keep it himself there. That's Nate Simmons, senior quarterback. Does he move the chains? Looks like maybe he does. So that's going to be a family heating and air. 1st and 10 now out to the 39-yard line. Maybe the 38.
For Pace next week, they are home against the Dolphins of Gulf Breeze.
All right. Big play here. Haynes able to.
Here we go.
And cutting back
there
and off to the races, folks. He may go.
He is
You know
gone.
what? See you later. What a run that is. And he's going to get to the end zone. Touchdown Pace after a huge run from junior TJ Haynes. They needed it. The crowd is pumped, and they're on the board for the first time tonight.
Yeah, great job by Mr. Haynes. A lot of people could just give up and not a whole lot of energy. Mr. Haynes continues to run the football and run it with authority. Look at this right here. Great job breaking tackles like they wasn't even there to start off with. And watch this. Watch this tackler, by the way. Comes up to do I want to tackle him? No, I don't think so. I'm just going to kind of run right here with you. Now I'll get you. Great job by Mr. Haynes and the Patriot squad.
And Reese Griffith on now for the extra point. Jeff, that was a 68-yard touchdown. That is the 5th play, if I'm not mistaken, of more than 60 yards tonight. Most from Niceville. But
we had fireworks at the beginning of the game.
Seriously, big game, big plays. We're going to go to break with 6:30 to go. It is now Pace 7, Niceville 41.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Wendy's.
Quick commercial at time.
We're back. We're live, coming off a Pace Patriot touchdown, the first of the night for the Patriots. They're trailing big, but they needed that, and they got it on a 68-yard touchdown run from TJ Haynes. So now Niceville finds himself for the first time tonight in the position of receiving a kickoff other than when this game started. Clock back to running. Doesn't run, by the way, during commercial breaks, if you were curious about that. Remember, once a team's up 35 in high school, you get the running clock, but not during the TV timeouts. And that will go out of the back of the end zone, so that's going to be a touchback. And that's where Niceville will take over. And, of course, right now, number 18, Max Morin, running the show as quarterback for Niceville, as the starting unit, for the most part, has been taken out of the game. Addison Moore, starting quarterback for Niceville, had a fine first half and a couple of big touchdown passes to Azaria Thomas. And, most of the starters no longer on the field, Jeff.
No, this is, you know what, when you get a chance, sometimes your backups get in for a couple minutes. Well, in this case, you get pretty much a whole entire half to go to work and get these guys some work. And look, I tell you what, Mr. Max Moran's done a good job. Hey, you can't fault the young man's completion percentage and his yards per attempt.
Moments ago, a 68-yard touchdown pass. It was a screen, but still, great-looking pass, and it came up huge.
And Mr. Moran doesn't care about that.
No, it looks real good. It was a great-looking play. Run up the middle this time around, picks up a yard maybe. Excuse me.
Well, we talked about Pace next week. They've got Gulf Breeze coming here to Patriot Country. Well, for Niceville, they will be at home against Tallahassee Godby.
Yeah, Godby coming down the road. And we have Godby in a couple of weeks at West Florida Tech.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what happens next week in preparation for our game 2 weeks later. 2nd down and 9. Ooh, huge play there. That's number 68 for the Patriots. And Jeff, help me out.
Big Jerome McGriff.
The crying dog with another huge play. 3rd down now and about 14 after the loss. Look at Jerome.
Look right here. Boy, he almost takes the handoff himself. I thought he was about to just pick him up and take him to the end zone.
He would have loved to do it. He would have loved to do it. All right, 3rd down, and like I said, about 13 or 14 here.
Do you reckon Mr. McGriff knows the crime dog?
I don't know. That's a bit of a dated reference. I'm talking about Fred McGriff, of course, the great slugger from the major leagues. Had some terrific years in Atlanta. Moran going to throw over the middle, and great-looking pass again. I think there was pass interference, not that it mattered. That's a big catch from Cody Chastain, the junior wide receiver, and that's going to be a 1st down. Or is it? Got a flag in the backfield. Back near holding, so this may be coming back. It's a good-looking pass, though.
It was a great pass, and, yep, they're going to back it up.
Wow. So that will negate the huge gainer.
Holding, offense, repeat 3rd down.
All right, so instead of an enormous 1st down, big play, it's going to be 3rd down now and 25. And as you can see, Niceville is tucked all the way back now to their own 9-yard line. Down to 3 minutes to go. Quarter number 1. No, quarter number 3. Quarter number 1 of the running clock course.
There we go. Screen.
Yep. Saw this a few minutes ago, and Fayard was able to take it to the house. Not this time on 3rd and very long. He'll get stopped there. So it's going to be a punt situation for Niceville, and Pace going to get pretty good field position.
Well, for the Patriots, again, great job. Although they had the big play, got negated by a holding penalty, and there you go. You just scored a touchdown. Now you got to stop on defense.
Got
again,
to stop.
Building momentum.
And should get, again, pretty good field position here.
Boy, you want to talk about a fun game. South Walton up on Baker on the road right now, 42-35.
Wow, that's a good one, yeah.
Gulf Breeze up on Milton, 21-14.
Garrett Sheeb is back here for Pace at the 45-yard line of Niceville, and the punt's going to come up shorter than that. Takes a good bounce, goes out of bounds right at about the 39. So sure enough, the Patriots will get terrific field position and a good opportunity to build on the momentum of the touchdown they scored just a couple of minutes ago, as we're now under 2 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter.
I got some scores for you.
Sure, keep them coming.
Here we go. Pine Forest 41, PHS 0 right now.
Wow.
Navarre 20, Tate 14. It's in the 3rd quarter.
That's a good game.
Escambia still up by 3 on Booker T. Washington 24-21. Flomaton up 15-8 over Chickasaw. Choctaw and Fort Walton Beach has now gone final 28-6. And Sweetwater is final over Jay 39-7. That is your scores from the FNR Sports booth, Northwest Florida State College.
And this time around, TJ Haynes not able to do much with it. A terrific stop in the backfield. The Niceville D there. It's going to be a loss of about 3. There you can see number 1 for Niceville. That was Jeremy Moore, a linebacker, makes the play.
Yeah, senior linebacker coming in. Again, a lot of these guys, these were backup guys in this defense, a second string, as we like to call them. Getting some good minutes right here against the starting offense for Pace.
Look at this, wide open. Sure enough, a terrific play. Not going to be a touchdown. Down at about the 3-yard line. And let me tell you what, Jeff, that's a great play from quarterback Nate Simmons, because it was a low snap. He had to corral that in and then makes a really nice throw over the top.
Yeah, Blakely Tyre. We talked about him a couple times already. He's had a couple drops on some passes he wished he could get back. Great job going up, high pointing the football right there, bringing it in, and not only that, hanging on. Look at that, right there off the face mask as well.
Number 22, Brendan Giddings, who made the stop.
Touchdown for none other than Mr. Haynes running the football.
Second touchdown here in the last couple of minutes for Haynes, as Pace now gets their second touchdown of the game in the last couple of minutes. And Jeff, as you can see, the clock winding down here, this is how we're going to end the quarter. But let's do note, I mean, this is no longer the starting D from Niceville, right?
No, it's not.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, for Pace, they could care less at this point.
100%.
But
yes.
we do have to note that.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. Yeah, for Pace, it's very good. They get a couple of touchdowns. They're now trailing after 3 quarters, 41-13. We'll come back here in just a moment with quarter number 4. But first, let's go ahead and see this extra point.
This extra point.
There it is. It's up. It's
no good.
No good. Real low. So we'll go to break and end the quarter here at 41-13. Friday Night Rivals. Quarter number 4 is next.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Wendy's.
So much rain over the last few days, and I think we knew that there was no way we'd get through a whole game, even with the running clock, without seeing some of the rain. And sure enough, it is now coming down here in Pace, as you can see the Airport Dental Smile Cam. And
great time for
I can, hey, look, those Niceville fans are smiling for good reason. But it's funny, if you look at the radar, there is like one little dot, but it is right over this field, and that's why it's coming down heavily right now. I tried to say it was light, and the crew was like, yeah, Christian, we're standing in it. It's not so light down here, pal. Nice run back here out to the 29-yard line. So quarter number 4 is underway here. The clock will continue to run. It doesn't run for TV timeouts. Otherwise, it pretty much doesn't stop. For instance, that 12-minute quarter a few minutes ago took about 17 minutes of time. So it's quick. And Niceville up big, 41-13. to 13.
Yeah. It's like number 24 right there, which is Jaquavian Moore, the young sophomore. Looks like
good deal.
He's going to be all right.
Oh, yeah, sure enough. Even running
right
off.
there.
Yeah, that's awesome. No. Something went down, but very good to see him kind of hustling off the field like that.
Well, this rain kind of describes Niceville tonight. I tell you, it just comes out of nowhere, boom, hit you, and doesn't seem to be going away anytime soon. So there we go.
Look at you with a little weather analogy.
That's as far as it goes.
Okay, I like it.
Don't go any further than that.
Hey, Jack, if you could cut his mic, that'd be amazing.
If he does that, does that mean I can go home?
No.
Darn.
You still have to stay. So, and Herbie's the guy who got us.
That's
Herbie,
the guy we need to talk to.
Herbie, do me a solid. Just shut him down. That's Junior Mills on the carry. Lose is about 3, so.
I think the people need to hear Mr. Derek Diamond anyway.
The great Derek
Give the people what they want.
That's right. He's up here in the booth with us. You hear us talk about Derek. He does all the stats. When you hear me say things like 68-yard touchdown or 12-play drive, that's all coming straight from Derek. Second down now.
We know, Christian. We know.
Anytime I'm saying anything that's helpful on your end at all as a viewer, it did not come from me.
Got nothing for you, as usual.
Second down now. Gonna keep it on the ground. It's a pickup of about 6. That's number 19. Junior Mills again.
That's DJ Shorts.
Yeah, you're right.
There you go. Mr. Shorts.
DJ Shorts, Bird
Pope, and DJ Shorts.
Look, DJ Shorts is a great name.
I love it.
We're not going to pretend it's better than Bird Pope, though.
No, absolutely not.
DJ
Sorry.
Shorts comes up a few
It's a good
yards
second,
short.
though.
Third down and 7.
I guess I got to go back through this roster and see if there's anybody else with some interesting names here.
Well, we might get a chance to see him. Meanwhile, the biggest moth I've ever seen in my life has landed on the window. Look at this thing.
That's what it's
Are you
coming to.
kidding me? My God.
So, again, Prep Football Final after Channel 3 News tonight.
I think our top story is going to be this moth.
Oh,
big loss here.
the crime dog at it again, Mr. McGriff.
Is that who that was again?
Yes, sir.
Man, he's something. Terrific there. Number 68, Jerome McGriff has had big plays on D all night, on a night where Pace D has had very few big plays, but he's been terrific. And there it is again.
Stopping
the
Mr. Moran.
The crime dog.
Get out of here.
It's fun to reference Fred McGriff. I haven't thought about that in a long time. Gosh.
That's a good one.
Boy, was he something.
Yeah, he was fun to watch.
See you later, man. Every time he would get up, it seemed like just...
That whole lineup.
Golly. Those were good times if you're a race fan.
Ooh.
Low snap, no surprise. Good punt. Low booming punt.
Holy
just takes
goodness.
off. Look at this.
What a line drop. Look at this.
All the way down to the 6. That's an incredible punt for Niceville. That's number 40, Nathan Stepp. Woo! That's
Holy goodness, right there.
Maybe the best punt we've seen all season. That was incredible.
And I thought it was a potential big block.
Yeah,
and it was
a
a
low
liner.
Snap. Yeah. Great play there.
All right, Christian, we've got high school football here, but we got Florida and Alabama tomorrow. We gotta figure out, is Florida going to be able to pull the upset at home?
Listen, in a game like that, I'm as I think I've told you, I'm an Oklahoma Sooner fan.
Right.
So for me, I go into a game like that just hoping it's close and interesting, and that's what I would love to see.
Just hoping Alabama loses as an Oklahoma fan, right?
No, I'd be fine with them winning. If they win, I hope it's 21-18, not 46-12. Alabama fans would probably disagree. As he's able to get out wide, of course, that was Nate Simmons.
Well, you know if you're going to the game tomorrow, who you're going to see on the sidelines, right?
Yeah, Azaria.
Azaria is going to be there.
Azaria Thomas.
He's taking a visit.
We haven't said his name in the second half. That's because he was a huge part of why Niceville got that enormous lead. They were up 35-0 at the half. He had 4 touchdowns in the first half. And, it's a fumble ball on the ground. Director Jack Cannon says he may have already left for the game tomorrow. He went ahead and said, I'm out of here.
That's what that helicopter was behind the stadium.
To quote that great line from Fast Times at Ridgemont High, I thought he only flew in for the games. Talking about Jefferson.
There's the movie reference. I was wondering if we were going to get one tonight.
Just a matter of time. 3rd down and 5. I thought he just flew in for the game. That's such a good line.
Hold on.
3rd and 5.
Okay, it's not random. Yeah.
Just 3rd and 5.
Well,
can't follow a line like that.
Oh, look at throw here.
There
It's
we
Haynes
go.
on the reception.
It's another swing pass.
Yes, indeed. It's also going to be a 1st and 10 for Pensacola State College. A nice conversion there on 3rd down and 5. And so Pace able to keep the offense on the field, going to move things down with about 6 minutes to go. And we may be hitting our water break. Yes, indeed. Looks like we are. So why don't we go ahead and head to break as well? When we come back, Pace has the ball with a 1st and 10.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Wendy's.
We are back, everybody. It's 1st and 10, but just as we were about to get going, look at this. A timeout is called. So we come back from the water break, and then Pace said we want to talk about this for a minute. We're exactly 6 minutes to go, but the timeout on the field. So, Jeff, that was interesting.
It was interesting.
I mean,
they just didn't like what they saw.
I guess not. You know, I don't know. Best part of the night so far during that last commercial break, we just did a bunch of Fast Times at Ridgemont High quotes. Jeff, you weren't chiming in. You not seen that movie?
No, I have not.
You haven't seen that movie?
I haven't.
Oh,
I guess I got to. You usually give me at least a movie a week to check out.
I would check that one out. Written by the great Cameron Crowe, who would go on to write so many big movies like Jerry
Well, now
Maguire.
Jack told me I have to.
Well, Jack is
When
correct.
Jack says it, I got to.
Yeah, check it out. Maybe 1983, 82. Jack, do you happen to know? Yes, Sean Penn as Spicoli. Jack Cannon telling us the cast. Judge Reinhold, Phoebe Cates, Jennifer Jason Leigh. I'll tell you, I did not expect we'd do a Nicolas Cage, by the way, Jack, as long as we're just naming people off. I did not expect we'd do a bunch of time on Fast Times at Ridgemont High as Haynes working for every yard on 1st and 10. Might have picked up a couple. Impressive effort, though.
Tell you what, take what you want from this game, but I like Mr. TJ Haynes.
No kidding.
That is a good-looking back. Yet another good-looking back for Patriots, and they've had some good ones in the past.
And a junior, too, so we'll be able to see him all of the rest of this year and next year as well, 2nd down and 9. So he worked real hard, only got about a yard, but it was a great effort down to 5:30 to go here. And this is going to be a nice-looking pass. Oh, mercy, hit him right in the hands. It was a good pass there. That was number 6, Joseph Cook, the senior receiver, not able to pull it in.
And you see him throwing his gloves off.
It's like, what good are these? Forget these things.
Well, that's about $45 worth just throwing on the ground right there.
That's great.
Just, nope, don't need them.
Gloves, schmuvs, 3rd and 9.
Look at him, rub them. There we go.
Yeah.
These are what God gave me. That's what I'm talking about.
All right, 3rd and 9 now. That band keeps going. Love it.
Great band.
Love it.
Oh, that's because it's on the mic.
Throw out wide. Completed here. Beautiful play there. And that's going to be more than enough for a 1st and 10 from Pensacola State College. That's number 45, Derek Martin, the senior receiver, who turns a screen pass, Jeff, into a big play.
Yeah, great blocking out front by the wide receivers, and you see just swings him out. Boom, right there. Great job. Look at the blocking downfield. That's what you like to see, especially when you're down like this. Love to see the effort. Oh, look at the moves by Mr. Martin.
Yeah, that's right. He's heating up.
Shake and bake.
Yeah. First of all, the catch out of the backfield. This time gets the handoff. And yes, indeed, it's a nice play and a big gain of about 7. Going to be 2nd down and 3 out near midfield.
You remember what Mr. Brady said? Telling you.
What did he say again?
I'd rather not get back into it.
There he goes again, and he's got another big hole.
Channeling his inner Tom Brady.
Wow. Ooh. Yes, indeed. Folks, that's 3 straight plays with Derek Martin getting his hand on the ball and 3 straight big plays for Pace.
And even a little jaw at the sideline of Niceville. Okay.
Yeah.
And look, he ain't coming out of the game. No, I'm good, Coach. Keep giving me the ball.
What? I wouldn't take him out either. He's pretty much unstoppable right now. So 1st and 10 from Pensacola State College down to the 37-yard line. Shotgun goes over his head, and you know what? This is going to be, well, not sure if Niceville gets it back or not.
Does somebody have the ball?
A real skirmish there. Niceville had a great shot at that, but I think Pace able to get it. You know, the ball's wet. We did get a few minutes of rain there, and it may have just scooted out of the hands of the Niceville players.
Nope,
so Pace,
looks like Niceville got it.
Oh, shoot. All that, and Niceville does get it. All right, so 3:04 to play. Let's watch again. This thing.
Mr. Simmons did not look like he wanted to get on top of that ball.
There it comes over here. And Niceville ends up with it somehow.
I don't know how they ended up
I don't
with
either.
it.
That's number 57.
There we go, right over here in the right-hand corner.
Golly, a surprise ending there. That's number 39 who ended up with it.
Say his name.
I will indeed. Well.
Nope, we do not have number 39 on the
he's
roster.
He's not on the roster. I've got a 38 and I've got a 40. Hate that.
All right. It's whoever is in between Mr. Arden Smith and Nathan Stepp.
Did you hear we both just got silent as we realized looking at our rosters? There ain't no 39 there. 1st and 10, 2:20 to play. This may be the final drive here, especially if Niceville gets a first down, but not doing that. That's going to be a loss of about 4. Down at 2:13. Boy, I'll tell you, what a difference a running clock makes. I mean, this is just so fast. It's a good rule, man.
It's a good rule, man.
I mean, it is.
You know,
it's so risky for the injury thing. In a game like this, why keep him out there?
Ooh, how about this? Milton and Gulf Breeze tied at 21 in the 4th quarter.
Ooh, that's a good one. Fourth. Does this happen to say how much time, or it just says 4th quarter?
Just says 4th.
Man, would love to know. Can you run down there real quick?
Yeah, I'll be right
Come back and tell us. 2nd down.
Just give me a second.
Gets back to the line of scrimmage there. It's going to be 3rd down and 10 with 1:30 to go. Play clock sets at 40, so if Niceville tries to hold this all the way down to about 5, and I'm just guessing, then there'll be about 50 seconds left for that final snap when they have to punt. They may try and convert just so they can down it out.
So oh boy, quarter number 4, 4 minutes to go. Booker T goes up on the Escambia Gators, 28-24.
What a game. Golly, what a game that is. 3rd down and 10 here with under a minute to go in the game. Gonna keep it on the ground. Picks up a yard at the most. So it will be 4th down now with 43 seconds. And let's see here. Oh, boy, there's literally about a second difference. Oh, you know what? They're going to – the play clock, I think, is off. I'm not sure they'll have to do another play or not. And they may not even have to snap it again.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's good. That's good. So that's going to be how this game ends. This thing was all Niceville very quickly. I mean, literally Niceville's first play from scrimmage, a 60-yard touchdown, and then they went 3 and out for pace, and they got another touchdown right away, and they were up 14-0, and they just kept pouring it on. At the end of the first quarter, I believe it was 27-0. And then 35 at the half. So this game has come to an end. Congrats to Niceville as they win it. Final score, 41-13. We'll be back to wrap things up on Friday Night Rivals.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Wendy's.
We are back live. It's Friday Night Rivals. There you can see Coach Grant Thompson from Niceville. Coach Thompson, this is Christian up in the booth. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Very good. Thank you. Well, first and foremost, Coach, congratulations. You guys looked incredible tonight.
Yeah, great team effort. Offense, defense, special teams. Proud of these guys and these coaches.
Coach, we know that you have an explosive offense. Guys like Azaria Thomas, who obviously was huge tonight, had 4 touchdowns in the first half. And you've got Addie Moore, the terrific quarterback. Coach, but even that said, it was just one play after another of 60-plus yards. On a night like this, when you're seeing that, does it surprise you, or is this the sort of thing you know you're capable of?
I mean, you know, you never know. You're just proud and happy when that happens. The guys worked hard and practiced, and, you know, we thought the passing game was coming along, and it was good to see it show up tonight.
Coach, it's a great night. Obviously, it's a huge win on the road. That said, as any coach would, I'm sure you saw things you want to work on. Does anything stand out that you think, hey, we've still got some work to do here, as good as we are at 4-0?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. We got a bunch of stuff we want to clean up. We want to get lined up faster on defense. You know, we want to continue to push and be diverse on offense. So, yeah, special teams, I think we missed 2 extra points. We want to clean all that up.
Sure. Last question for you, Coach. You've got Tallahassee Godby next week. Obviously, that's a team coming from down the road. How hard is it to prep for a team that's not, you know, right here in the area in terms of knowing what they're all about?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it could be hard. You don't have so many common opponents, but so much film and technology nowadays, you know, we'll have a good feel for them next week.
Okay, no doubt. Well, listen, good luck. And before we're done here, why don't we just say congratulations and hand you over a little hardware.
All right.
The Friday Night Rivals trophy is yours and belongs to the Niceville Eagles, Coach Grant Thompson. They deserve to celebrate. They were most impressive tonight, Jeff. So before we go ahead and wrap things up, of course, we still have to tell you who our player of the game is. And let's start, though, by mentioning our play of the game from Closets by Design. Let's take a look at it.
Well, let's just go with the opening touchdown right there. A little screen play, and Mr. Azaria Thomas off to the house, and we saw a lot of Mr. Thomas getting in the end zone. Boy, it was all night. 4 touchdowns.
Right, he had 4 touchdowns, and here was the second one. Those 2 were within the first couple of minutes. The reason, Jeff, we chose that first one was simply because, again, it set the tone so quickly. It was like, wow, this guy really is almost impossible.
Well, he's our Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram player of the game. No surprise as well. Again, this is a young man that is an SEC talent and will be on his way, maybe on his way right now to Gainesville to go check out the Gators.
You know, it is cool. I do love the fact that we talked all about him. We knew all week that he'd be the person to watch. And then to say he lived up to the hype would be an understatement.
Absolutely.
He was truly incredible and no doubt worthy of the play of the game and, again, the player of the game as well. So well done, young man. Congratulations to he and all of the Niceville Eagles. Next week, it is Catholic High at Pine Forest. Now, remember, that's back in Escambia County, which means the game will start at 7 o'clock. So that's 7 days from now. But don't forget, just not even a couple of hours, an hour and a half from right now, or even less, hour and 12 minutes. Dan Shugart and the whole team from Prep Football Final as we speak. Boy, they are working so hard, and let me tell you, that's not an understatement. It is so hard to put that show on and bring you the highlights from up and down the Gulf Coast, but they're going to do it. The show starts at 11, and it will be great. For the here and now, we thank you so much for watching. The final score, Niceville 41, Pace 13. This has been Friday Night Rivals for Jeff Price and the whole crew. I'm Christian Garvin. We say thank you very much. We'll see you next week.
Right side.